Magandang hapon, Crossfire community. It is time after 8 weeks para malaman kung sino ang pinamalakas sa PH Impact Summer 2025. Nandito na tayo sa Grand Finals Day natin para sa araw na ito. Ako pala si Ramon, kasama ko si Sneaky Frog para sa inyong magiging battle for third so far. And sa sobrang init ng buong weeks natin, I can't wait to start things off. Kamusta ka naman, Sneaky?
Doing fine. Ayun nga, yesterday was faster than expected, pare. Ayun nga, both 3-1 dito sa ating scoreboard. I mean, hopefully we do see more map 5s dito, pare. Pero, ayun nga, yesterday was, I wouldn't say exactly as we expected, pare. Pero alam naman talaga natin kung sino yung magta-top 2 dito.
Totoo, pare. It was almost destined as ever as we take a look at yung tournament format sa buong PH Impact Summer, no? Para lang magkaroon ng refresher yung mga nanonood para dito, no? Tapos tayo sa group stage, all 8 teams isang single round robin, best of 3 format yon, pero that was the days of old. Nasa playoffs na tayo, second day of this whole thing, kung saan 4 na teams ang naglaban simula kahapon pa sa isang single elimination. So yung mga natatalo kahapon, may chance pa rin naman sa lumaban ngayon. Not for the playoffs though, but it is gonna be for a bigger prize pool sa isang BO5 format. At yun na nga, just playing for that $400 na meron sila dito ngayon, Chiki.
Yeah, that's $100 differential, so that's almost 5,000 pesos, 5,500 to be specific. So yun nga, that's a lot of money. That's a big meal that you can buy with that $100. Pero yun nga, prize pool, same mode, 700 pa rin sa first, 500 pa rin sa second. And third and fourth, that is what we're going to be fighting for dito sa ating first series. But we're going to take a look at the highlights dito sa ating playoffs.
Ayun. So parang from yesterday, we kind of expected it to actually go a little bit longer, considering the caliber of the teams na meron tayo dito all throughout PH Impact. We saw a bit of action from Matt Jess versus REA-7 Narmita, and I kind of watched it a little bit before ako nakapagtrabaho on the second series, and it kind of just told me that Matt Jess were coming into this with a very renewed purpose talaga. And they already came into this as a championship caliber team, and Zach and the rest of the squad just keep proving that point pagkatapos ng napaka-solid na performances all throughout their sets, pare.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't the cleanest best of 5 galing dito sa matches, but still, I mean, they beat itong R7. Granted, itong R7, especially itong si Jeff Rocks and itong si Ajax really gave it to matches on some of these maps, especially itong compound. Yeah, it seems like matches, gods do bleed from time to time nga dito sa tournament natin. But still, they're the first seed dito sa ating group stage. So we do expect them to enter itong playoffs. And nga, by the time nakarating na tayo dito sa map number 4, it wasn't even close. But we did have the Heroics versus Sunday Shrooms na game. Really glad Ghosted is back, in all honesty. Granted, alam kong napakaganda ng pag-fill dito ni Ate Nicole. Ghosted is still, a sniper that you really have to watch out for. And I feel like itong Heroic, they really needed that type of sniper presence for a player kagaya nga ni J-Vice dito. Problema nga lang, it wasn't enough kasi Ram was on a different level nung araw na to.
He was a beast talaga, pre. Talagang halimaw, mamaw, kumbaga pagdating sa mga aggressive riflings niya all throughout the sets. And I think he's gonna be a very important factor pagdating dito sa Grand Finals as well. He's gonna be touted as gonna be one of the greats dito sa Impact Summer so far. Pero as we take a look at yung kung ano yung makikita natin all throughout the bracket, I mean, this goes to show how much that first day really meant a lot for all of the teams that we have for today. As Matt Jess and REA-7 already touted their first battle. At si Matt Jess ang una nakapanalo where Sunday Shrooms and Heroics, katulad na nakita natin kanina, talaga nga namang very much of a slobber knocker of a game na magresulta in their grand finals. Pero focus muna tayo dito, REA-7 Armita versus Heroics para sa third place match, a Cebuana Derby to start things off.
Yep, and with that third and fourth, pare, obviously REA-7, they have had some good showings naman dito sa ating prior na semifinals. Yun nga, that compound game was very interesting, especially galing sa atin na GR side. They were actually fighting back on some of these rounds dito sa Eagle Eye. So, ayun nga, Heroics could be, could have a lot less of an easier time na ine-expect nga nila dito. But then, it's familiarity between yung dalawang teams nga natin. They probably played against each other multiple times. So, sobrang familiar talaga ng REA-7 dito sa Heroics, man. They're probably playing right next door.
No nga eh. hindi magkakalayo sa realidad na baka napag-aralan na nga nila yung isa't isa. Not only from the scrims pero as well as baka magkakatropa lang din sila. So this is just to have fun for them sa kanilang third place match despite the $100 difference na ipaglalaban nila ngayon. Sure na sure akong they're just here to warm up, play Crossfire, and just have a damn good time by the end of things. So talagang shaping up to be a very good warm-up papunta doon sa ating grand finals mamaya, matches versus Sunday Shrooms, as we're also gonna talk about yung recognition ng lahat ng mga naglaro sa Impact Summer kasi hindi lahat pwede ma-highlight. Tingnan natin yung mga stats ng mga nag-stand out all throughout from KD, KR at saka headshots per kill. Talaga nga namang standout si Zach sa dalawa nating categories with a 1.51 sa KD and a 0.97. Parang bukang bibig na natin si Zach as a very very consistent player. Not only that, very high ceiling when it comes to the aggressive sniping.
Yeah, I mean, he's probably has probably the highest ceiling. He's probably the best player in this tournament so far in terms of just pure raw skill, no? I think yung nakakalapit lang talaga sa kanya dito is probably itong si J. Kim and or itong si Zolek, pare. And ayun nga, Zach in his second run dito sa CFSPH Impact, obviously, yun nga, it's a way better team para sa kanya dito, a way better environment than back in the day. He's kind of used to getting these carry games going para sa kanyang team, but now being a lot more capable, I mean, yeah, it's just a very easy time para sa kanya to flourish on this matches squad. Granted, there is some moments na Zach can have some mistakes, still can be overshadowed dito ng kanyang pure statistics, but still, I mean, Heroics, they also have some shooters dito sa ating player stats as well. I mean, Ghosted obviously on KD and KR at the same time. That sniper is very, very effective, pare.
Totoo. And he showed that all throughout ng first day natin. And hopefully Ghosted is on form as well for today's Battle of for Third natin, as we're gonna be expecting him and Zolek to pick up all the reins in the world para sa Heroics mamaya, as we also take a look at yung schedule natin for today. Yesterday, we already touted yung mga semifinals results natin, and now we're gonna be focusing on the Battle per Third na meron tayo ngayon. REA-7 versus Heroics para sa ating Battle per Third. Two Cebuana teams trying to fight for that $400 na prize natin for that third place, as well as yung grand finals, ang ating napakainit na matches laban sa Sunday Shrooms para mamaya.
Yeah, and looking forward to this first matchup pa lang, no, considering this could be one of our longer na series dito sa ating tournament, considering how evenly matched these two teams are and how well they know each other. So yeah, REA-7 Heroics has to be an interesting map dito para sa kanila dito. I really do hope to see at least a sub-base, maybe a port para dito sa REA-7. But for this matches Sunday Shrooms Finals, pare, I mean, these two teams are easily capable, no, of making a deep run dito sa ating CFS regional play-ins, and this is kind of like a litmus test dito sa ating grand finals on how far they have actually gotten.
Yeah, definitely, pare. Kasi despite them being at the top of the impact ladder, iba yung usapan na kapag PH Masters nga yung pinag-uusapan natin. No? Hopefully, their talent actually reigns true pagdating doon sa ating susunod na regional play-ins, as you mentioned. Pero it's an exciting time kapag yung pareho nating teams ang mag-aano sa server natin. So we'll have to wait and see mamaya sa grand finals kung sino sa pareho nating Sunday Shrooms versus matches ang maglalaban-laban. For now, the focus is gonna be on that battle per third, REA-7 Ermita laban sa Heroics, where both of these teams, they've had some solid performances not only in their games yesterday but all throughout the season. Magkadikit lamang when it comes to the standings, and a very clear-cut playstyle for both teams, no? Balance on one end, pero chaos and aggression on the other. So talagang bigyan muna natin ng pansin ang REA-7. What do you think sets this team apart from Heroics, pare?
Honestly, the way that they just have fun dito sa server, I think they're one of the more puppy teams dito sa tournament natin, but they have also, they got the basics down, at least how to do a flash play, how to smoke yung mga sites nga natin dito. So it's just really just going up against a very very high level na pub team, pare. And I mean, granted, the players that they have on the roster, yun nga, no, sobrang tagal na nga dito sa ating CFSPH na scene, but it feels like they do want to do maybe a more fun route papunta nga dito sa ating third place. But as we do take a look at yung team stats, you say, sino nga yung difference para sa team na to? And it is gonna be itong si Jeffrox and si Ajax, who performed absolutely well dito sa ating last series despite the loss And ayun nga, with these two at the helm dito ng REA-7, I mean, they can win any series, pare.
Yeah, and these consistent forces also need a foundation to play on as well. No? So I'm looking towards JCD and Jam as well, activating yung GR side kung saan usually sila talaga nagkakaroon ng kalamangan sa mga kalaban nila dito. I think I remember those compound games where JCD and Jam actually performed very well. And on Ankara, I think maps like those are where JCD and Jam actually have to find a little bit more of an improvement on this aspect as well. So hopefully Jeffrox and Ajax will get that oil in para dito sa REA-7 Arimita game on that battle per third where wala, the stats don't really lie, pare. When they have the talent and when they have the mood for it, talagang mainit ang laruan ng REA-7 Arimita. But sometimes teams just know how to play around their playstyle talaga where they're very aggressive on that GR side. And on BL, medyo nagiging 50-50 pa nga. But yeah, I mean, if you take a look at their history as well throughout Impact Summer, it's been on a descending form, if you could say, from the schedule as well. They started with playing up against yung mga Cypher Pro teams natin, yung mga Rise Gaming teams. It got them a pretty good start sa season natin with nakakalaban na nila yung mga top 3 teams natin, yung Sunday Shrooms Heroics. So it kind of put into question of this consistency from REA-7 because of this.
I always said sa simula ng season na yeah, this record might not be true nung like week number 2 or 3 pa lang kasi yun nga, Cypher Pro team, also over in the Rise Gaming team, they're pretty low table teams no pare, so they kinda got that very hot start dito sa tournament natin, but then Sunday Shrooms gave them a reality check, pare. Granted they did win, no, up against itong Vengeance to qualify para dito sa Attic playoffs. You know, overall you could really see where the inconsistency lies para dito sa REA-7, pare.
Yeah, just hopefully those inconsistencies will be the things na mapopokusan ng REA-7 mamaya as they're coming into this battle per third to end their season sa PH Impact ng on a high note as well. Magiging masaya siguro para sa kanila kapag nakarating sila doon ng panalo, tagumpay pagkatapos ng game nila against Heroics. No? But now let's talk about Heroics at a little bit kasi yung laban nila against Sunday Shrooms have proven one point and that this team is not to be underestimated, especially after forces from Ghosted and Zolek. They have proven that they have the capabilities para makapag-catch up against the top dogs dito sa Impact Summer, pero against Sunday Shrooms, especially yesterday, it just was not enough, pare.
Yeah, I mean, Sunday Shrooms really did give it to them, pare. To be fair, no, you don't really expect itong si Ram to perform that well as he did nung series na yun. But then, yun nga, no, maybe similar dito kay Monkey D. Luffy, man, deactivated at the right time, just like itong Alden yung last name, and activated against itong Heroics, pare. And the fact na Heroics, ayun nga, they got ghosted back, ayun nga, Jezreel didn't play too well dun sa game na yun. Zolek expected better, man, galing dito kay Zolek especially, but
yeah,
if we can see that kind of form galing dito kay Zolek, pare, na nakita na natin ng group stage, then there is hope para sa series na to ng Heroics. Pero alam mo naman kung sino yung making consistent na performance dito. You always expect itong si Ghosted, you always expect itong si Silent and si X3D to kind of hold a bit of stability para sa kanilang team, pare.
Of course, man. I mean, if those consistent forces can find a way to tap themselves sa kanilang prime mamaya, baka mas mapapadali pa siguro yung trabaho ng Heroics. As we also take a look yung team data nila dito, bit of an up and down. They have a bit of a short end pagdating doon sa tail end ng kanilang season, especially after the loss against Sunday Shrooms. I'm pretty sure that they're gonna try to bounce back dito sa susunod nating matchup. I mean, it's a Heroics team that had struggles, especially with the sub-in sa bot situation, especially nung nawala tong si Ghosted. They needed to find another playstyle to work around it. And to be fair, maayos naman yung integration ni Ate Nicole pagkapasok dito sa roster natin.
Yeah, it didn't really take much practice, no, para i-integrate dito si Nicole, considering ayun nga, man, he's literally Silent's wife. Pero yun nga, yeah, she played well enough naman para dito sa Heroics in their stint. As we take a look at the keys to victory para dito sa dalawang teams natin. GR side lockdown, walang lulusot. That is very, very true. JCD is very good at holding it down, as well as itong si Ajax and itong si Jeffrox. Jeffrox is gonna get a bit frisky from time to time para dito sa R7, pare. But we're gonna have to wait and see what that's about to offer, pare.
Yeah, and para naman sa Heroics dito, balance to balance talaga. When it comes to the sniping, you can definitely count on Ghosted on that regard, as well as some surprise plays na makikita mo from Silent, either from the front line or from the back end. Talagang magugulat ka na lang na ready makipagsuntukan ang Heroics dito, where you can also expect Some good plays coming through from X3D, one of the more flexible players that we've had on the roster. And syempre, si Zolek mukhang babignan din natin yung talent ng player na to, which honestly, from top to bottom, yung isa na lang na meron silang kailangan i-improve talaga is their mid-round, which, to be fair, it has been on a step up nung kinalaban nila yung Sunday Shums kahapon, but in all honesty, sometimes no-overwhelm pa rin sila. So hopefully maayos din to pagkatanin dito sa battle for third nila against REA-7 Ermita. So the talent is unquestionable. Malakas ang Heroics, pero now they're gonna be facing up against REA-7 Ermita, possibly a familiar opponent for them. And the last time that they played up against each other, if I'm not mistaken as well, nanalo yung Heroics dito. So that head-to-head is something that REA-7 have in mind as well.
Yeah, for sure. What's that last sentence? Huwag maliitin si Jezreel with his lurk at laging disruptor sa likod ng lines. Did you write this?
I did not write that.
You must have wrote that last sentence, man. I can hear you. I can hear your voice on it. But ayun nga, I mean, you're not wrong. He does disrupt ang likod ng lines, aka the back lines dito sa ating yun nga, dito sa ating team. I mean, Heroics, no, they're such an enigma of a team kasi yun nga, they're very capable of beating yung mga higher table teams nga natin dito. But then, there's gonna be another week na they're gonna slip up against Al Sovereign. So, both very inconsistent teams. Meron tayo dito sa ating third and fourth. Pero yun nga, Matt Vito, sub-base expected, Ankara expected, Compound, somewhat expected. I feel like they had no choice since banda dito yung Black Widow, Eagle Eye Port. Alright, not too bad.
Yeah. It's definitely a map veto that's playing to the strengths of both teams. We already saw the capabilities of the sub-base of Heroics, which honestly could have gone either way talaga. Sayang na sayang though for on their end kasi that sub-base really was just so close that it could have been a full Heroics team line by the end of it, but Sunday Shooms did not give it that easy talaga. So it's going back to what they're comfortable with. So, okay na din yun para sa Battle for Third Dilaw, whereas the win on Ankara para dito sa REA-7 Ermita just reassured them that this is going to be a comfortable map for them. So, no surprises here as well. Compound on Heroics, they have played this map so many times na medyo alam na nito, like the back of their hands talaga. So, no surprise there as well. And for the last two maps, I think Eagle Eye, it is resembling the type of default na medyo ma-expect natin from REA-7 Ermita. So, this map is gonna prove to be a really, really good one para sa kanila as we head into that port map pagdating dun sa set 5, which honestly, with the caliber of the team that both teams have dito sa ating magiging battle for third, there will be no surprise kung papasok nga tayo ng port mamaya.
Yeah, but that sub-base is probably gonna be the most important map sa buong Best of 5 natin considering it is, you know, their version of etong Black Widow. So, obviously, plenty of experience on both sides when it comes to the map of etong sub-base. Pero, titignan natin, man. I feel like, just like I was said, that first map is gonna set the pace for the rest of your series natin. Predictions, of course, para dito sa ating battle for third and fourth.
Ano ba? Ano ba? Sige. Let's officially lay it out then, no? For the predictions for our end, Heroics versus REA-7 Ermita. I'm gonna say 3-1 in favor of Heroics, pare. Ikaw ba?
Really? I was gonna go like 3-2 R7, actually.
Oh!
Dito sa series na to. I mean, I know both of these teams are good and they're both inconsistent and taas ng variance silang dalawa na, you know, one day they can 3-0 each other, one day it could be like a 3-2, one day it could be the opposite, pare. So, we don't know the result, man. That's how wild this series can be, pare.
Sounds like it, pare. As both of these one teams are ready to get and go. Additional note nga din, tinanong ko si Salvatore kahapon and he also said that 3-1 for Heroics as well. So, mukhang all the odds are gonna be stacked against REA-7 Ermita, pero they do have the capability. There is a reason kung bakit naging playoff team nga ang REA-7. So, titingnan na natin kapag dating dito sa server mismo, pero there is no exception talaga para sa parehong teams natin that they really do have the star power. I mean, for both teams, sa REA-7 Ermita specifically, Jeff Rax have shown like really, really good star power as well from him. You can expect them to be very, very good when it comes to the aggressive pushes. Every time that he would pick up yung AK, this man can do no wrong talaga. Very, very accurate as well. I remember the early games that I've been seeing from him sa start ng Impact Summer Season. And I was really surprised by how precise he is kahit yung M60 yung hawak niya, pare. Just so much confidence from Jeff Rox kapag nagpupush lang siya, you know?
Yeah, and I think yung difference dito ni Jeff Rocks at ni Zolek actually, which is most likely yung head-to-head matchup natin dito. I think si Jeff Rocks, he shows up more often kumpara nga dito kay Zolek. Zolek has had the spotty games as well. Pero the thing is with Zolek kasi mas hard yung kanyang pop-off kumpara nga dito kay Jeff Rocks. Jeff Rocks is the type of guy probably is gonna drop maybe a cool 15, maybe a 21 frag game pare. Si Zolek, he's either gonna drop 10 or 25 and there's no in-between. So, titignan natin kung anong version ng mga players na titignan natin today. I mean, considering it is battle for third and fourth and that $100, man, medyo malaki-laki rin yan.
Kaya nga eh. As we start yung battle for third right now, both teams not having the best of playoffs runs, pero to end the series the season on a high note will be one heck of a difference for both Heroics and REA-7 Ermita as they start things off. BL side on Heroics. They started with an aggressive push kanina on passage, but after some presence made by both JCD at saka tong si Ajax, mabababik na lamang ang Heroics to try to get themselves in the wag push.
Yeah. Yun yan, bit of a smoke lineup galing dito kay XTD to block yung front side ng luwag. And it is gonna be a bit of a flash on that A side. Charles bulag na bulag on the side is gonna get Zolek. The team blinded. Charles getting 2. Charles getting 3. And ayun na nga. Silent ghosted around the corner. Silent finally gets the trade dito kay Charles pero hindi pa siya tapos. Silent looking for any frags on the site pero mukhang hindi na mahanap to. It's all on Ghosted. It's more of a foiled A-side take and everyone just came and went pare. And R7, good hold, especially galing dito kay Charles.
Yeah, definitely pare. Just holding up yung close stairs position natin. And I also think that he also dodged the flash. So madalian lamang para kay Charles. At yun din na nangyari para kay Ghosted as well. Winning the sniper head-to-head against Ajax with that sniper shot. Punta sa second mid. Already taking the life out of Ajax and Jam mukhang mapapasunod na lang with just one more bullet sa kahit saang parte ng katawan at yun na nga. Jestriel gonna shut that down but a 2-for-0 so far para sa Heroics. Magandang simula. Pabalik sa second round natin as Ghosted will hit the shot kay Charles as well. 2v5 and Jeff Rocks will hit 1 and 2. What a shot from Jeff Rocks. The solo anchor sa B site na kailangan maglaro ng retake after a very open A site.
Bit of a situation here para dito sa Heroics na squad. JCD will find his way dito sa woods. Bit of a timing. And he can catch itong luwag player natin off guard. Pero yun lang, si Jezreel nakatingin na. Nakatutok na dito sa may entrance JCD. Poking and prodding pero hindi niya makikita si Jezreel na nasa gilid ng luwag. And with the timer ticking, Jeff Rocks na lang natitira. It's gonna take a Herculean attempt galing sa kanya dito. Pero ayun nga, there is the cap to the round. Heroic. Instant sagot dito sa laruan natin, men.
Totoo, man. A good adaptation from them is that they really have held their forces on taking control of that second mid. After that clean shot kay Ajax, they had full priority. Since then, doon pa rin sa may second mid. Fully knowing that R7 is not gonna let that go. He's cutting the numbers off at balik agad sa luwag ang Heroics trying to overwhelm to si Charles pero blinded siya. Si Jam pa nakakaisa, nakadalawa pa nga. REA-7 trying to hold up the forces pero yun nga lang si JCD ang tatayo para sa kanila. 1v2 now and JCD gets another headshot para sa R7.
Yeah, it's a straight up fist fight dito sa A site. Everyone's just pouring in on the rotations. Despite that mid being caught dito para dito sa R7. Heroic couldn't still get their way on that A site and I'm actually surprised they got most missile control. Tapos nakapasok pa rin si JCD from that sikip position which is I guess the pressure is too much galing sa R7. They just threw bodies dito sa A site.
Yeah, just one more REA-7 style game that we're expecting out of them talaga. Sometimes the utility doesn't speak for themselves. Sometimes ang ini-invest na lang nila yung isa't isa. So we'll see if that continues sa kanilang sa base game as Zolek. After the support of the smoke, doon pa lang sa pag-enter all the way back in towards that B site. May open entry siya sa pagpasok all the way towards 2F. Pero they don't know what's coming on the other side. Jeff Rocks is already looking towards that direction, pare.
Lockers control temporarily para dito sa Heroics. Taking their sweet time bago sila makapasok sa site. X3D in a good spot. Ghosted spotting itong si JCD before he could cross back into passage para papasok na nga ng site ang Heroics. X3D will get itong si Jeff Rocks. Ajax stuck nasa loob ng DR at masispray na nga siya dito ng AK-47 ni X3D. Charles na lang natitira with a lone AK-47 dito sa may passage. He will get silent. Maybe even a second one. It hasn't been the best performance para kay Charles yesterday's games, but he's not gonna clutch. Di pa naman late game sabi dito ni Charles. Don't have to clutch just yet.
Mamaya pa yan. Mamaya pa yan. Something that we kind of expect from Charles yet again. Pero for Heroics, slow-tempoed push, just clean things up para sa kanilang execute all the way towards that B site. After the kill papunta kay JCD, it made things easier for them to get themselves to F. Tapos pagpasok sa B, talagang walang kahirap-hirap execute for Heroics right after this. So 2-2 back in towards Woods. Talagang Heroics are gonna keep that pressure going. No more constant pressure from JCD. They knew after one of the previous rounds na masyado na mataas na threat if gagawin nga nila yun. Pero Heroics already made their presence known sa pagpasok nila on the wag. Charles, I believe that will be a flash. Yan nga lang, he will get pressured and he will get taken down. Jezreel, first blood. Second mid taken by Ghosted as well. Ajax down as well. 2 for nothing so far. Sa pagpasok nila sa luwag, isispray na lang nila si Jam. And a good shot from Jezreel will make it easier for Heroics to take control of that A site. Jeff Rocks, the last man standing. Si Ghosted una mapapaslang. 40 seconds pakatapos po ko yung C4 as Heroics take full control sa A site natin.
Yeah, not much you can do about it. The fist fight didn't go the way dito ng R7. And ayun na nga. 3-2 para dito sa Heroics. I wonder if when are they gonna start attacking itong Woods more kung kaya yung R7 dito. Maybe try to go for an aggressive take just to try and cut off itong EA. Pero mahirap yan i-pull off. Full glowing na si Ghosted na yun nandito sa kabila min.
Yeah. Maybe they fully set the game plan knowing that Ghosted is the guy now heralding the EWM. You know how talented of a player he is, so I don't think they're gonna try to loom that threat just yet. 3-2. Heroics separated from the pack. Pressure again from that Locker's control. Heroics very good on these split pushes, no? And one of the things na napansin din natin sa Sunday Shooms game nila kahapon is how well put yung communication nila. Sobrang seamless kung paano sila mag-split push. At kapag maganda yung entry, either ni Silent o kaya nitong si X3D, talagang mapapaayos yung naging entrada ng Heroics as they walk their way towards 2F. Ghosted lines the shot down, pero sa mga positions ng R7, nobody's gonna take a peek.
Yun lang. Oh, no. I think as soon as they got spotted, they should have actually just ran in dito sa site. JCD will get pelted on with the AK-47 para Silent with the kill. X3D with the headshot. Can he get the second one dito kay Charles? On the pads, there's a bit of delay. Hold up. Ooh. Wait a minute. Ajax from behind. The flank is incoming. Pero hindi makikita yung quick scope. Not just now, pero Ajax, slight advantage on him. 1 HP dito si X3D. So a cold shot will definitely get them another point. Pero Ajax, realizing na A-site plant na ba na to, flash is on him. He also has the rifle. If he wants to, Ajax spotted dito sa may CR natin. X3D with a better gun for this kind of positioning. Pero Ajax instead is gonna crawl on to CR. Hindi nakita ang kanyang ulo from that missile position. Very cerebral gameplay galing dito kay Ajax.
The flank all the way from the other side as well. Kanina sa execute ng Heroics, they all counted on the timing para kay Ajax. Right, but just the nick of time nung muntikan pa nga sila makapasok at makakuha ng control doon sa may B site. They had all their eyes set doon sa may shutter, kaya masyado nang nawala yung atensyon ng Heroics sa likod nila. Giving Ajax the opportunity to cut the numbers down, especially with that cold shot as well. Getting the triple kills around Dayon and getting the 3-3 scoreline para sa kanila. So a balanced gameplay para sa parehong R7 at saka Heroics. Goes to on a high note for them, pero sa REA-7 medyo distributed evenly yung mga kills nila ngayon.
Silence dito sa mapa natin. Ano yung attempt dito ng Heroics? Looks like a second mid control. Pwede rin silang pumalik nga dito on that ace site if the bench player does decide to go dito sa CR. Daming options ng Heroic at the moment. So much space being given dito na R7, but is it all a trap? Ajax around the corner dito sa may shotter area natin. JCD is gonna help with that second mid position as well. Flash is gonna go through, pero wala pang magpipeak. Ghosted, first one down. Good shot kay JCD, and a really good smoke as well. The thin part being shown. Caught in HD yung mga players natin dito sa Heroics, and Zolek with a nice one tap getting through. Hold on. Kala ko tapos na yung round na to, pero hindi pa pala. C4 nakababa dito sa second mid. Jam, JCD in that second mid position. Naiikot na isang player. Jam playing distraction. JCD steady lang sila dito sa second mid. Zolek can smell that Charles is going for this flank down to half HP. One tap, he's looking for it. Spray's gonna hit. X3D will get itong si Jam. JCD na lang natitira, and that's the flanking player. One timing could make all the difference. That's one. Zolek, last one left alive. Utility doesn't matter anymore. It's all about that one bullet between yung mga players natin. Shutter spotted, pero Zolek pumabaan lang dito ng A-site. Pero pareho silang may HE dito, men.
Yeah nga eh. Parehong duguan at parehong papasok sa 1v1. 30 seconds at mukhang si Zolek, he's gonna take the forward position. That's gonna be a very beneficial thing for him right now. Masyado natang forward, pero yun nga lang. Zolek gets the perfect swing. Expects JCD. Wrap back around into a 4-3 scoreline. Heroics now finding themselves the form that they need out of Zolek. And the rest of the squad, si X3D na maayos din yung entry. Mukhang one of the two players alive to make the difference laban dito sa R7.
Yep, Silent though, still getting it to si Jam despite being naded twice. Grabe naman yun. I mean, Zolek, you can definitely tell that he's an entry fragger judging from the way that he played that round. X3D will get itong si Charles. JCD could be up next on the menu, down to low HP. Pre-fire, galing kay Jestril. Spotted si Ajax dito sa Sikip, pero hindi pa siya makakabalik ng missile. Jeff Rox na lang natitira. At yeah, I think Zolek just gonna walk in, get the easy headshot, pare. 5-3. Heroic, first 2-point lead the entire game, actually.
Finally, an aggressive push from them as well. All the way from that lower possession and just splitting up the members. Finding some form, but JCD, headshot machine, active on the server. Zolek down means they're gonna slow down their tempo, or maybe, kasi si Silent mukhang hahanapin na lang yung isa. Spotted one, possibly two more, papunta sa may MR as JCD gets another headshot into a 3 versus 4. Heroics, no choice but to commit towards the site of that A site. Yan nga lang, X3D and Jezreel, they both get the kills that they need. 7 gotta rely on this flank catch coming through for JCD, as now, with 30 seconds, I'm gonna have to wrap around dito sa Heroics right now.
Ooh. Oh, wait, hold on. Wait a minute, man. 13 seconds left. Yeah, this ain't happening.
Yeah.
Damn, Heroic! BL side on sub-base. To be fair, no? Every Cebu versus Cebu matchup in sub-base, according to the 10 commandments of Crossfire in the Philippines. Yeah, it's always BL-sided. So,
Yeah.
definitely not wrong, pero titignan naman natin if R7 has their own BL moves, pero yun lang, Ghosted will get itong si Ajax. Ghosted down to 1 HP, decides to re-peek. You do know na Filipino dun si Ghosted, because I would have re-peeked as well, pare.
Yeah. Just wanted to take another frag with him. Just wanted to go to the angle. Hindi mo talaga sisisi agad si Ghosted sa nangyari dito. I think everybody would have done the same thing. Jeff Frost taking another frag dito kay Zolek as well. So Heroics started with an aggressive, or at least a proactive angle to be held sa pareho nating players. But our REA-7 Armita finding opportunities left and right. Silent though is gonna get challenged to God. Charles with the entry. At si JC, di ba walan yung trade para sa kanya? At sa double para sa Lockers player na si Silent. Jam already finding himself papunta sa loob ng shutter natin. 3 versus 2, and Jezreel, we even find tong si Jam. Jeff Rox na lang. Finds himself Jezreel, and into 1v2. Very possible na para kay Jeff Rox. C4 down. On the way back in towards Locker's position. Silent gonna get found out. Yun nga lang, sayang. Kung mahanap lang niya sana yung info kay X3D, it would have been a 180, pero Heroics got another round on themselves.
Yun nga, sayang yung paggawa doon ni Jeff Frogs, but si Dex was just there in time. But the full woods position para dito sa R7. Are they gonna go for a straight up A hit? Mukhang hindi. They're gonna actually circle back dito sa second mid. There is one player na nasa loob ng vents, and that is gonna be Jeff Frogs. That could be the difference maker para dito sa ating 8 position. Jester gonna go for the check. But if he checks right now, man, this is a bad decision for him. Nades are gonna start to fly. Pero Ajax gonna be the first one to cross. Good shot! Gotta get X3D. He gets his third. He gets his fourth! Oh my god! 4 heads rolling dito sa A site. And Jeff Rocks could be right up on the menu, pare. Pero si Ghosted na lang pala makakakuha. Heads will roll on the A site. X3D not allowing anyone in, pare.
4 ang pumasok pero 4 lang din ang bumagsak para sa REA-7 Ermita. X3D not moving a muscle. The standalone anchor sa loob ng A site. Telling everybody from Awakes na kayang-kaya ko to, men. Hindi na kailangan ng kahit sino. Not even any sort of presence from CR. Just knocking down every single entry. Di na binigyan ng chance, pare. Talagang pagkahanap nila dito kay X3D, ang akala nila mabilis ang wide swing lang, maayos na yun. Pero nakinailangan gumawa ng kahit ano pa si Dexter Cuevas. As Ghosted lines the shot perfectly at just kay Charles. Pulls out the Colt, yun nga lang Jeff Rocks. None the wiser, able to get another one. Itong si JCD as Heroics tried to fight back. But REA-7 did the best job para lang maayos in numbers para sa kanila.
Oh, but maybe a bit too aggressive para dito kay Silent getting caught trying to get away from this passage position. So technically it's a 2 1v1s at the same time dito, pare. And seems like Jezreel won his respective 1v1 dito, man. Jam on the other side of the map. Granted itong si Jam, he's been performing super well actually dun sa ating last series. Let's see if he can pull out the clutch in order to prevent match point para dito sa R7. C4 is gonna be planted. Zolek and Jezreel posted up dito sa B side. 39 seconds on the clock as the rotations do start. I like this decision. Kaya Jam, plant it open, go all the way into woods. They're gonna take their sweet time para i-clear itong A site and you're gonna get a better angle. Problema nga lang, if you do not get the second player, this is gonna be very difficult in this 1v1. Smoke's gonna go down, pero Jam nakaikot na nga all the way. Jezreel spotting itong si Jam sa sikip. And it seems like the smoke helped maybe just a bit, pare. Pero 9-3, Heroic with match point dito sa sub-base.
No, utility that actually would have didn't really matter too much, It just came down to knowing where Jam was gonna be. The clear pa nga ng second player all the way back towards Luwag, pero I think Jezreel just knew that the possibility was there. Yun nga lang si Jam may pagbawi agad. Already in towards the entry spot. Itong si Ghosted, run and gun down by Silent as well. The aggressive forces fighting themselves dito sa paghanap sa lahat ng mga players ng REA-7 Ermita. As just slowing the tempo down, trying to find some leeway. Sa matchup natin so far as Jam will pick up another one with help and assistance from JCD. 2v2. Duguan ng parehong JCD at Jam para sa REA-7. As Heroics finding their form, and look at the really good spray down from X3D as well. Already knocking down yung sub-base para sa kanila. A 10-3. Heroics picking up first blood sa first set natin.
Yeah, that second half, man, galing sa R7. Straight up disaster para sa kanila dito, man. I mean, not a single setup from their side, not a single entry they have gotten dito sa second half. And, ayun nga, just like I was said, this map's usually BL-sided sa mga Cebu versus Cebu matchups, but yeah, Heroic decided to play it differently, no? They're a lot more forward dito sa kanilang depensa. They're taking itong MR, they're taking itong second mid, they're taking the fight to R7 basically. And ito namang R7, dun sa kanilang half, it was more of a hold. Pero pagdating naman dito sa... Yeah, when it came to offense, it was just a done deal para sa kanila dito. I mean, after that 4K galing kay X3D, I feel like alam nila na that map was over.
Yeah, man. My goodness, X3D. Just the player that you are talaga. Just one of the tallest orders para dito sa R7, no? Nakalabanan when they swapped over towards that GR side. And you can definitely tell na once that X3D actually locked in, everybody else just came following suit talaga. Si Silent, nagpo-push na ng mid. At dahil din sa, parang napapansin kong playstyle ng REA-7 na yung aggressive yung mga players nila pero minsan magkakahiwalay pa eh, no? It kind of played into how Heroics actually wanted to play in GR side nila. Sila naman yung mismo nagpo-push either from forklift o kaya yung paglaban doon sa may second mid. That also happened so many times nung nag-start sila on that BL side where they're just running in towards yung mga crosshairs na nakatrain lamang sa mga angulo nila. So, masabi natin na may mga times, especially nung nag-start sila on their GR where REA-7 actually could have pulled the momentum away. But wala eh, nag-lock in din tong si Ghosted, just making sure that Wood's position is gonna be a threat na kailangan kunin ng R7 with just giving too many causes away sa kanila, no?
Yeah, I mean, if R7 wants to play like this, no, should have not banned Black Widow, pare. If you guys want to play like this, you should have just played it for map number 1 and banned sub-base instead. Pero yun nga, they had their own belief dito sa mapa na to and obviously it didn't work. And that was a Heroics pick naman. So, pagbigyan naman itong REA-7 considering, ayun nga, this is a Heroic home court advantage. And pagdating naman dito sa map number 2 though, I am still a bit worried para dito sa R7 considering Ankara yung map. And ayun nga, Heroic also quite experienced dun sa mapa na yun. So, I wouldn't count them out for map number 2 despite it being not their pick, pare.
Of course. I mean, there are some ups and downs para sa REA-7, especially on their Ankara map pick. This is something that they also pull out of their pocket kapag kakaalam nilang the game has to be a little bit grindy. So at least it's something where they practice their positions. You're gonna be expecting some hotel defenses coming through from Jam, as well as some really good shots coming through from Ajax. Which honestly, the sniper from REA-7, although to be fair, the sub-base map is not really a map where you can actually expect like superstar plays from the AWM. He really put up a very difficult time so far para sa REA-7. At sa lahat ng mga aggressive pushes ng Heroics, talagang either naka-counter si Ajax with the sniper on the other side or wala eh, naka-counter yung position niya whenever he gets dual doon sa may second bit, pare. It's just not that easy on the office of REA-7 ngayon, pare.
Yeah. And especially yung second half na yun, pare. I think R7 on their BL side, realistically, wala silang game plan nung time na yun. I guess they were expecting a lot more chaotic of a game galing dito sa Heroics considering it's the homies, right? But obviously, itong Heroics, they're still trying to get that extra $100 and yun nga, that bronze medal para dito sa ating tournament. But ayun nga, I really just feel like itong Heroics, they were just the better team para dito sa sub-base, especially with this kind of map na, yun nga, granted, somewhat Bobby style does work from time to time, pero feeling ko, Heroics, they do really have this map under their belt. Pero yun nga, we are gonna take a look at our set summary, of course, and makita natin who did perform the best. But I think we know who. As X3D, 2.83 KD, 1.31 kills per round with a 22 AP performance. Grabe naman yan, galing dito kay Boss Dex.
Tanda mo yung isang round kung saan in-elevate niya yung mismong headshot per kill niya just by a long shot. Talagang Dexter Cuevas is activated all throughout the server, ladies and gentlemen, and we're gonna be seeing a lot more star-studded performance out of X3D ngayon eh, no? But I guess Ghosted and Jezreel also had a lot of props, especially itong si Jezreel. I mean, this man actually had the brunt of the criticism yesterday sa game niya against Sunday Shrooms, which, to be fair, he is actually calling a lot para sa team na to, and it definitely affects yung performance niya individually. Pero ngayon, nag-step up si Idol. Talagang yung second mid hindi safe sa kanya. At kapag mainit yung pagra-rifle na yun, talagang mainit nga talaga siya. So, good job on Heroics and definitely a good sign moving forward as we're moving on into our set MVP. And it is none other than X3D himself talaga. 1.31 kills per round. Ang KD na 2.83. Cumulative points of 22. Talagang showing off kung bakit nobody is safe against X3D.
Ayun nga, no? You kind of just scratch your head na X3D was a free agent dito sa off-season na with him being this good at the game. And yeah, I'm surprised na a better team didn't pick him up. But hey, showing it dito sa ating impact, pare, with this kind of performance. Kind of hard to ignore it, especially now he is back on the rifle, pare. Yun nga, for the longest time with yung, I would say, disappearance dito ni Ghosted. That sounds scary. Pero yung, Ghosted being away for a bit, pare. Ayun nga, X3D, he had to pick up the sniper and be the main sniper para sa kanyang team. But then, as soon as he went back on the rifle, pare, it was all natural para sa kanya dito. It's just impressive galing dito kay Dexman.
Yeah, Dex is just gonna be one of the best factors that we have para dito sa Heroics as they pick up yung first win nila sa ating Battle for Third. Pero marami pang crossfire ang lalaro natin dito sa ating Battle for Third dito sa ating Grand Finals Day on PH Impact Summer 2025. Ako nga pala si Ramon, kasama ko si Sneaky Frog, set number 2 after this short break. Ang laban para sa $400 prize ay tuloy-tuloy lamang para sa REA-7 versus Heroics para sa PH Impact Summer Playoffs 2025. Ako nga pa si Ramon, kasama ko si Sneaky Frog. A very fast sub-base results into our entry papunta sa Ankara. A map pick para sa REA-7, which honestly speaking, both teams could really actually get this considering the momentum of Heroics ngayon, pare.
Yeah, I mean, grabe yung Heroics, man. They just rolled through itong R7 dito sa sub-base. I mean, as soon as that second half turned, it really was no hope para dito sa R7 in that second half. And ayun nga, mali mo diba, Ankara, a new perspective. Obviously, si Jeff Rocks, very consistent Ankara performer para sa kanyang team, no? And JCD with him hitting some shots today, pwede nga siya maging factor dito. But then we need Ajax to really wake up dito sa mapa na to kasi that sniper presence is gonna be very important para sa kanila dito.
Yeah, absolutely, pare. Him and Ghosted have to be the key players para sa parehong teams nila, you know? Lalo na para dito kay Ajax, which honestly hasn't been showing up a little too much on the server ngayon. So hopefully, makita natin siya na maayos dito sa Ankara, where if we're gonna be starting on GR, then it's gonna be a battle for whoever has gotten the first shot before the smoke blooms pagdating doon sa A-site defense nila, you know? So we'll find out that that's gonna be the case for them mamaya as we take a look at yung kung paano naglalaro ang Heroics with the momentum on their side ngayon. They're gonna be starting on the GR side. So Ghosted will have a good time moving forward. Gonna be getting themselves yung good timings na on the sniper. Pero yun na nga, no? 1-0 na ang Heroics, Ankara. Ang map pick ng REA-7, ang time para makabawi sila. As now they're gonna start on BL where they already have yung LA control natin.
Yeah, and at the same time, CA control early para kay X3D, so that could be another angle na pwedeng atakihin dito ng Heroics, pero yun lang siya pa kamo ko. Tito Zolek still in that Vents position, Ghosted. Very close to EA, could get very easily overwhelmed dito, but then with Ajax hanging back all the way sa may arches, will get that lurker na si Silent. So it's a 3v5 at the start of round 1.
Proactive moves agad ang Heroics. Talagang tinrabaho ang CA control to set up a crossfire para kay Zolek, pero it comes at a cost of the push out as well. So maayos at tinrabaho ang REA-7 as Charles will continue their rain papasok dito sa may A-site as Ghosted and Jezreel may pagsagot na agad to get themselves 2 kills in fact, pero sa high mid pressure na ginagawa ng REA-7, mahirapan pa nga si Jezreel. Walang kahirap-hirap sa shot kay JCD though. Now with the 2v2, Ajax pulls out the Colt and eventually will kill off the leader. 1v2 now para kay Ghosted. And he's been putting up a superstar performance yesterday. Let's see if he continues with the clutch attempt ngayon.
Yeah, and he does have the sniper. Ajax getting caught out in the open dito. Not the best thing to hear when you're in a 2v1, pare. Ghosted in position, almost hitting the shot. I saw the bullet whiz past yung ulo ni Jeff Rocks. That man is lucky. Pero 1-0 R7. Great start to the game, pero, you know, it's still a bit iffy. You know, sila had a hard time taking itong site natin. Heroics, obviously not going for any opening picks dito, no? But with X3D dying super early dito sa game, I think that was the attempt, actually.
Yeah nga eh. I mean, you tell that there really was a game plan. CA control also meant that they kind of had to focus up yung high mid na again. Naging atake pa nga ni JCD with the entry. Jezreel does not land too many shots. Eventually will do kay JCD with the headshot. Already may tao na sila sa loob ng B site. Raining a 4 versus 4 retake where Silent has hit the shot. He does. X3D follows with another one. As Heroics with the retake, mukhang may improvement pa nga. Tinap pa nga yung C4 para lang may eventual cross. Pero yun nga lang, Ajax. His position's gonna get notified and eventually Heroics bounce back with that one round on the board again.
Grabe, that fight started and ended in high mid dito. R7 obviously trying to get that fast mid control, but they're not gonna get by as quickly as expected. Galing sa kanila dito. Granted, they did get ghosted na deciding not to fire off a shot dito sa tower position natin. So, interesting times para dito sa Heroic. Despite that pick-off at the start of the round, they still get it. Pero A setup ba yung pakay nila dito? Seems like R7 not gonna wait around any longer. Straight up A execute incoming.
Kaya nga medyo 50-50 pa yung mga pushes nila sa mid. So now they go back to all reliable as Zolek will fall after the first blood kay JCD. Second frag para kay Charles. A good entry sa A site, fully knowing that Heroics have double invested na yung Vents push nila dito. Relying upon X3D on this flank watch. Yun nga lang, Ajax gonna get spotted. Known about his position. C4 down as well, giving an opportunity para sa X3D and for Heroics right now. They get 2 picks of their own. Si Ajax and si Charles go 1 and dalawa. It's all gonna be down to Ghosted now. 1v1 against the snipers. Ajax has to step up and step down into si Ghosted. One shot is enough and it's a 2-1 para sa REA-7.
It was so good para dito sa Heroics as they try to retake itong top A, but the exit players, they're spacing. Nagkaharangan sila dito sa exit and they both block each other from escaping that AK spray. And yun lang, unfortunate stuff happening dito sa Heroics in the map of Ankara so far. A 1v1 loss plus a mechanical accident dito sa A site. So R7 having all the momentum so far dito sa laruan natin. Jestril on that TB position. He does have itong si X3D to try and help him. Pero yun lang, JCD, that's one. X3D will get one as well. Jam, bakit na nga dito sa angatan. Pero ginugulo na lang dito si X3D trying to make him peek on a wider angle. But he is gonna play it safe this time dito sa batteries. Zolek on the rotation. Ajax on the jump. X3D spotted. Pero alam rin dito si Silent thanks to Ajax switching to the M4. Pero si Zolek could be the difference maker. Jam's gonna go down. Half HP si Zolek. It's a 2v2. It's even up until it turns into a 1 versus 2. Another clutch situation para dito kay Jeffrox. Time and time again, he is put in this position. Pero nakita niya ang kanyang balikat dito sa may tower. And that's an easy one tap for Zolek. 2-2 Heroic. It might have been a sluggy pare, pero they still get the point on the board.
Medyo duguan pa nga sa pagpasok sa slide. And yet again, some beautiful adjustments coming through para dito sa Heroics where he just tried to the angles sa pagpasok dun sa may RS. That overrotation from R7, their tendency to actually overpush, kind of costing them their life dearly. Yet again, Jeffrox gets another shot kay Zolek. And just like that, with one bullet, they have full control over CA. Hinahabol ang lahat ng Heroics palabas ng CA. And now they have a full A site control. Heroics now backing on that top A position that they have, or R7 have the rotation for themselves.
Nang Zolek got a bit too frisky from that fence position, not expecting all those players in long A. Pero Jeffrox with a nice shot on Silent. One of the RS players out. Napakadali na kunin itong B-site pero kailangan pa rin nilang daanan itong si Ghosted. The sniper still well alive in that respawn position. Cross is still wide open. Ghosted still looking for the opportunity to take any lives pero wala. Tamang smoke lang, tamang nades lang. Bulag na bulag si Ghosted dito. Jester looking for the high mid player and Jeffrox will find him instead. Ghosted now wary ng HM pero Jeffrox uubusin na lang lahat ng members ng Heroics. R7 third point on the board plus the lead. Jeffrox, he's online dito sa Ankara pare.
Grabe pre. Tactics on a high note na agad pakatapos ng beautiful kill nila doon sa LA. Fully knowing that ang daming players doon sa may CA. They had a choice to go back in towards that A site execute pero nag-rotate na lang sila sa mid. Only getting themselves that rotation but Jezreel gets 1 and 2. Beautiful timing para sa kanya at may pangatlo pa. Munti ka nang magpangatlo kung hindi pa pinatay ni Jam. Pinigila na ang momentum para dito kay Jezreel. REA-7 down to a 2 versus 4 right after this explosion. Ajax, it's one shot. Expected na si Zolek after the push on LA, so his discipline has to be perfected. Pero that headshot kay Ajax, beautifully done papunta dito sa REA-7.
Jam only one left alive para dito sa R7. Slowly moving on in dito sa B-site pero meron pa siyang full set ng utilities dito. M4 versus 3 AKs. He's gonna take his sweet time cleaning itong B-site, fully knowing na wala siyang information on any of these players. Pero si Jam, he's getting a bit risky. Medyo free ang respawn position. Maybe he can cross on in, no problem. Nang medyo narinig yung kanyang tapok dito, X3D. Not hitting it actually, never mind. 29 seconds, a possibility para dito kay Jam. Solek has to time this perfectly. Pero aware rin yata itong si Jam na merong pwedeng manggaling dito sa second mid. Silent out in the open. Jam! Not expecting itong si Zolek to be that close, that early. 3-3, Heroics. Quite the back and forth dito sa Ankara.
Familiar story no? Parang from that sub-base game where we reached 3-3. And from the retake scenario, Heroics find a way para lang ma-stop yung bleeding for now. REA-7, strength of their team comp has been yung rotation nila all the way from that high mid. How many times it has been so much of a weapon for them. Now Heroics are the ones aggroing papunta dito sa REA-7. Now it will be that LA setup na ginagawa ng tatlo. Smoke coming down over towards that EA Vents in full control of Zolek. There's an opportunity for him to kill off. Agad itong si Charles, but his ankles are known as well. So, daming risk para makuha yung pick na to para sa kanya.
Yeah, a bit of a quiet round para sa R7 as kind of used to the noise super early dito sa round natin as per usual. Defense para dito sa Heroic, it's a usual 3-2. Double Vents play para dito kay Zolek at kay Silent, but still R7 setting up their default to see how they can go on some of these positions, especially itong TB. Pero mapapasmoke na nga lang dito ang Heroics to try to kind of dissuade them dito sa B site. Pero Zolek, that's a good information actually para dito kay Zolek na he did spot yung CA player. I don't think he spotted itong si Charles. So, I think ina-assume yata ng Heroics that this is actually a lurk on the A site. Pero Jeff Rocks waiting around the corner. Ajax, crouch peek. Not gonna punish the jump peek. Din lang, mapapanate pa nga sila dito sa TV. No rotations as yet. No galing dito sa Heroic. Good shot. Galing kay X3D. Will get the second one as well. Nagtataka sila. Nasa na yung mga ibang miyembro ng R7 at mukhang nasa A site sila. Silent. Papatahimikin dito si Charles pero si Jam on the top A position will fall down but still A has been taken dito ng R7. It's a 2 versus 3. Pero napakabilis na pag-retake ng Heroics getting into position. CA, 2 players playing that A entrance. Meron pa silang smoke, I assume, and a nade. So meron pa silang pangharang dito. Jam spotted sa top A. Jezreel trying to poke and prod. Jam spotted dito sa top A. Ghosted with a headshot. That's what left alive is JCD. Pero tatlo ang kalaban niya dito. And Heroics, they get the lead this time. Dito sa Ankara on their GR side, it seems like I can't really, paano ba sabihin to? I can't compliment them just yet. Kasi R7, pwede pa silang bumawi sa next round eh.
Kaya nga eh.
And this has been the pattern for this entire game, pare.
Just full punishments all across the board. And sometimes Heroics are also prone to making mistakes as well. You saw that from how they handled yung A-side defense. Pero Zolek at again, the presence on CA. It's a knockdown tong si Jam. Charles to get the 1-for-1 trade-off. So, it's moments like these where hindi sila natatakot na kumuha ng mga kills. At yun din, nakapag-rest ng position nila. But Silent, nice shot papunta kay Charles. At least that's gonna metal down yung pressure na kumakuha nila from LA. So that will be a 4 versus 3. Heroics have full control on that A site, leaving REA-7. Nakamuha ng ibang option na lang.
This is a good read though, galing sa R7. Unless ghosted, spotted in the smoke. JCD gets the better of him, pare. Pero meron pang isang tao na nasa loob ng RS and he can get control para dito sa kanyang team. But he has been spotted. Jezreel is a dead man unless Ajax is spotted as well. Mukhang mapapatahimik muna sila temporarily. Ajax goes down. He saves itong si Jezreel. It's 2 players in that B site. 1 player inside of tower. JCD deciding to check itong TB. Pero X3D obviously throwing itong flash galing dito sa hotel. X3D spotting pa rin dito si JCD. And Silent will get Jeff Rocks. Heroic a lot more clean pagdating dito sa kanilang retake this time around as we approach yung later stages ng first half natin, men.
Hindi na natatakot maging proactive as the start of the round kind of signifies their confidence moving forward sa Ankara map natin. And when we also holding up yung objective, yung maayos na para sa kanila. Zolek now killing up the sniper. Ajax not having a good one. Dito pa lang sa Ankara map natin. LA full control again and Ghosted hits a shot papunta kay JCD. Hirap na hirap at mapapatagal ang momentum as Jam will start things off dito kay Ghosted at least with 1. They doubt pero Zolek is gonna be ready at least. Etong si Silent, may spray pa nga papunta kay Jam into a 4 versus 2 where Jeff Rox and Charles are struggling to get the objective going, pare.
Yep. Grabe, ang ganda ng pagkuha ng hukay doon ni Zolek. I think gawa din yun ni Revenge when they were still playing Ankara back in the day. Getting that much control sa mid, cancelling out itong CA at TB, really does choke itong R7 back to 2 options, which is either, yun nga, big door dito sa may hotel or dito sa may long A. And even then, that CA could be dangerous. Pero Jeff Rox getting itong si X3D, Jezreel will get one in return. So it's another 1v3 para dito kay Jeff Rox. The 4th attempt for the star player dito ng R7 to maybe save his team from certain doom. Pero Jeff Rox spotting itong si Jezreel sa high mid. Jezreel deciding to enter itong RS instead. Tap walking around the corner, headshot. Right then and there, pero si Zolek meron din siyang headshot dito. 6-3 Heroics with a 3-point lead dito sa ating Ankara map.
Back-to-back 6-3 sa pareho nating sets kung saan ng Heroics. Even under GR, they're able to stave off any sort of timing attempt para dito sa REA-7 where they thought that they could have themselves yung rotation at okay na sana yun. Pero matters most is hitting their shots and Ajax definitely does. Yung pagbawi ng sniper has to hit the second he does kay Zolek. Jezreel, he's not able to trade. Pero yun nga lang, nakuha pa nga nito si Ajax silent with that high mid pressure. And now with the trade-offs, Heroics fighting back despite R7 with a good start.
Yun na, I think Jeff Rox could have chilled. Now was not the time to make a play. I think okay na nakakuha na ng isa doon si Jeff Rox. Would have, or si Ajax would have been nice if he just backed up all the way and tumulong dito si JCD with that cover. But I think they were looking for the bigger prize and unfortunately, bigger risk means bigger mistakes para dito sa ating R7 na squad. A side could be the attempt here. Charles around the corners will get spotted dito ni Ghosted. Jezreel will spot itong si Jam and JCD, the only one left alive. Mapapapasok pa nga siya ng CA, but I think may rough idea na yung mga players dito on where the last player is. Pero Jezreel running from that long A position. JCD, what a good one tap. Silent spotting him dito sa my room A. Nade's gonna go through. 7-3 Heroic taking the first round to second half. Could be a familiar sight dito, Ramon.
Kaya nga eh. Okay, parang nung sa sub-base natin kung saan nung nag-start sila sa second half nila, Heroics just keep the ball rolling no? Sayang no? Kasi sa mental game, R7 is not usually the type of team that you would think na medyo mahihirapan sila. Pero Sims family, Ajax, AWM first blood yet again kay Zolek, expecting him from that akyatan. Finding him papunta doon pa lang sa may LB. So, really good shots from him. A second one for Ajax. He needed a step-up performance. And with the improvement that he has for the first 2 shots, it looks like for the second half, it's all him so far. 2-0 para sa Heroics.
Yun sana yung ginawa ni Jeff Rox kanina. They would have actually gotten that round if he did protect yung si Ajax. But now, forgiven for his sins dito sa ating round number 10. Still a quiet setup para dito sa Heroic other than those 2 fights really trying to catch itong si Ajax early. To be fair, he is probably the biggest problem dito ng Heroics on their offense so far. Pero Charles, getting a bit frisky dito sa Vent's position. Silent is gonna try to make his way inside as well. Pero kung mas patan dito si Charles and si Jam at the same time, this could be a done deal. Pero Flash ilalabas na nga dito sa side. Charles spotted dito sa my room. Silent not gonna get him just yet. Still chasing around the corner at makukuha niya pa nga dito si Charles. Jam around the corner will get the quick trade. Ghosted with the sniper will get fall down. Pero si X3D buhay na buhay pa rin somehow, some way dito sa EA. Vance is gonna be the position that he is gonna take. Is he gonna take these fights aggressively? Jam just gonna swing around the corner with his teammate Jeff Rox. 7-4 R7. Round on the board dito sa kanila second half, man.
Kaya nga not the best facing for Heroics. Dun sa first 2 attempts nila sa pagpatay dito kay Ajax, no? Napalayo sa mga teammates nitong si Zolek. And when the trade comes forward, at least the attempt of it, at least, mabibigay lamang yung buhay yet again papunta kay R7. And when the execute just came in, Medyo tinrabaho pa nga sana yung top A execute na medyo napalayo pa sa iba. Jeff Rocks gets one, Jeff Rocks gets two. Jeff Rocks continues to push forward. Yan nga lang, Heroics able to stop his momentum, pero looks like the damage has been done. Si JCD gumugusto pa nga. Si Silent spotted then another headshot. Si X3D na lang for the back-to-back rounds, and JCD gets another one para sa REA-7. Finally, some aggressiveness coming forward para sa REA-7's GR.
Yeah, I mean, granted na tag si Charles sa start ng round. I think the early information was already enough para dito sa R7 to kind of put more people dito sa A side. Also a very good hold from the two defenders dito. So R7 getting 2 quick points dito sa second half. Only 2 points left before mahabol nga nila dito yung Heroic. But the Heroic decided to play a bit more slower this time. Still aggressively taking itong hotel. Pero si Ajax nag-backup na all the way dito sa may TB. So, could either be a good decision or a bad mistake, pare.
Yan nga eh. Medyo kailangan nila yung stoppage agad at mukhang si Ghosted nang sisimula. Usually, yung mapapansin natin kay Ajax siya yung fire starter doon pa lang sa their Akyatan Peak o kaya doon pa lang sa may hotel. So, now giving that space up just gives an opportunity para kay Ghosted to shine into this one for nothing so far. REA-7. Watch every single entrance except for high mid, and from the BL start ng REA-7, actually had opportunities from that, so baka ayusin na lang nila ito. Ajax, it's a lot of damage done
Ajax
from the
known.
rifle as well, pero Ajax is known. His position is so weird from Heroics right now. Ghosted with a shot yet again. Jeff Rocks with the headshot. Jesril expected from his position. Yun nga lang, Silent to try to stop this momentum from R7. 4v2, the spray from Jesril is enough to get the entry going. Si Charles na lang natitira sa rotation all the way from that A site. Yun nga lang, Charles gonna start things strong on that 1v4. Kills off Silent. Good nade damage galing kay Zolek. As Charles will get picked up by X3D. And an 8th round para sa Heroics just on the way papunta dito sa Angkarawin nila.
Yeah, maybe yung letting go of itong hotel was not the best decision para dito sa ating R7 na squad, considering Ajax has gotten a lot of success from that position. But I do get yung risk na ginagawa dito ng R7. They really want to punish early yung kung sino man unang magsiswing dito. Just like that, Silent will eat the dirt. Pero buti na lang si Silent yun. They still have their entry fragger na si Zolek. And they can still attack itong A side considering sobrang layo pa na R7 and no one is anywhere close to CA.
Yeah, over-investment on second mid as well. So, without any pressure from CA, it will give them an opportunity to take yung Vents control. Pero fully knowing that R7 has info kung saan yung initial peak ng Heroics on towards the A site, ititingnan na nila muna yung bawat sector ng CA. Ori, si X3D tinatrabaho na yon on watching yung high mid natin. Israel also watching the flank all the way from second mid, knowing that R7 has the capability. Actually do that as well, but the numbers. Ajax with a peek kay Zolek, continuing to reign supreme on the sniper. Spotted din, I believe itong si Ghosted. So,
Yeah, stuck si Ajax.
Yeah, they have no idea, pre. Alam nilang nasa labas lang ng A-site yung ibang players ng Heroics.
I think kung ako si Ajax dito, I'm gonna just jump peek it, man. Pero knowing Ghosted, he's gonna hit that every single time. Pero JCD, hold on. X3D in a very nice position dito sa may high mid. Can actually punish the second mid players. But here comes the A-side play. X3D with a very nice hide dito sa may high mid. Jesril will get itong si Jeff Rocks. One player left alive on top A. And that's gonna be JCD. Pero mapapaalis dito si Jesril. JCD looking for the chase. Pero wala pa rin. He's gonna take his sweet time. As that is the full rotation from the Heroic squad. And JCD deciding to go forward dito sa may 5 box. Pero X3D, okay, that's perfect. Very problema kasi medyo mababa yung HP nila dito. So, gonna have to be those headshots.
Low HP talaga, eh, no? 2v2 and spotted pa nga si X3D. Pero all you needed to do was not move a muscle talaga. Pero had full control doon sa may RS and Jesril spotted na din. Low on HP, 1v2. Nade! Perfectly done! A popcorn papunta sa kanya gives it a 6-8 para dito sa R7, catching up to them at least.
Yeah, I mean, R7, lumalaban pa nga dito sa mapa natin. Some of those early peaks are now starting to hurt itong Heroic, but at the same time,
yeah,
some of these pickoffs, inexcusable para sa kanila dito, especially from the Vents position. Ajax has been getting a lot on these openers, and that he does dito kay X3D. C4 down, a key player down. Jeffrox attempts to take itong si Silent, pero si Silent will get him, but he's down to 1 HP.
Grabe.
Yun lang, medyo nalugi pa yung Heroics dito.
Kaya nga eh. Silent down means that there's gonna be problems pagdating sa trading system nila. That's also the C4 for them. Pero, at least from some positives, at least they know that CA is also something that R7 has fully let go. But Jam does not let go of the full mouse button. He gets 2 kills from the spray down. Heroics crumbling to pieces. JCD with the shot kay Silent. Low on HP na siya kanina. So any bullet, kahit anong parte ng katawan, will count. A 1v4 now para kay Zolek of all people. Spots 1 and the headshot is perfect. Kailangan niyang bumalik. He's low on HP na din. Pero pinakamalapit sa kanya itong si Ajax. And possibly the wraparound from JCD will be a looming threat from him. Charles will just need the Colt dito to get themselves the 7-8. As REA-7 catches up 2 rounds in a row laban sa Heroics ngayon.
Go defense has been boding a lot better para dito sa R7. Jeffrox now starting to slowly activate. And Ajax as well, that sniper, kaya nga na sinabi ko, it has been one of the biggest problems, but the upturn as well, galing kay Charles on his performances. And look at this spray. Ghosted's gonna be up next. Running into yung spray. Ghosted will get his life taken away dito ni Jam. Pero meron pang mga B-side players. Jam, now turning around. HM has already been taken dito ng Heroics. And still, Charles is looking to take itong hotel position, pero bukas na nga dito yung site. Ajax, the only player on that high mid position. Silent will take out, or will get taken out. Charles down to 5 HP. Pero kailangan nila makapatay dito at least just to confirm 1 kill. Just to at least let it be less annoying to defend itong site. Charles with all the pressure galing dito sa hotel. Zolek waiting around the corner. 23 seconds. Not much time para makapasok dito R7. It does take 3 to defuse. Pero Jestril very careful with this positioning. Flash is gonna go through. That's 1. Jeffrox spotted na rin dito sa backside. Zolek with a nice shot kay Ajax and a very well-played 2v3 galing sa Heroics. It's just pure teamwork. 5 seconds left dito sa C4 and they're gonna take down itong si Jeffrox. Grabe naman. What a good body system ginagawa dito ni Jestril.
Kaya nga eh. I mean, the loss of that hotel control thanks to Charles, parang na-mitigate na nila yung problem na yun dahil magkasama lamang yung last 2 players ng Heroics, able to trade off each other and able to get the adjustments right. Pero Ajax yet again continues to be that early game sniper. We talked about him trying to get that bounce back dito sa ating second map. And definitely has so and more. Finding the opportunity dito kay Ghosted with that early peak. And yet again, we're back into that system where Heroics are gonna find the mistake from REA-7. Already satisfied with that first blood.
Let's see. Minute and 40 left on the clock. Heroic, the usual default para Ghosted out of the picture. That means Silent has to pick up the sniper. XGD also has the option to pick up itong AWM. Pero titignan natin if any of the other players can get openers here. Pero steady pa rin. Steady yung defense ng R7. This is what you have to do when it is a 4v5. Flash is gonna go through on that A site, pero hindi nga pala yun yung kukunin nila. Everybody's confused on A and they are still stuck on it. Jestril around the corner. Can get itong si Charles. Jestril spray down. Zolek could be up next. Charles with some good control on that AK-47. Pero Silent will get the running spray on the AK. JCD turn around, not gonna get the shot. Pero Silent buhay na buhay pa rin dito sa kanilang 1v3. Pero umiikot na yung mga ibang players dito ng R7. Jeffrox headshot. Pero JCD pala makakuha no. 9-8 R7 neck and neck. It's either a 2-0 series pare or a overtime.
Kaya nga eh. Just trying to invest back into that. Pero the constant threat na si Ajax continues in that early presence. Now making a lot of problems sa Heroics. They're forced to take fights sa kung kailan kailangan nila mag-trade. Pero when the numbers are just too overwhelming, REA-7 will find a way talaga. Charles picking up so much damage doon sa pag-push nila from that bypass control. And yet again, rotation from Heroics not absolute so far with just how proactive REA-7 are. Either that early game o kaya yung positioning nila on the map as well. They started from that second mid from one of the early times na nag-start tayo sa second half natin. And now the defense just continues to evolve. But Ghosted finally will take some damage. Pupunta dito kay Ajax. One of the only times that we've seen him actually got first blood yet again.
Yun lang. Ngayon ka pa na-pick off Ajax. This was the time
Set
for
point
you
pa.
to get another opener dito pare on one of the key players. You got X3D, you got Silent, you got Ghosted. But in the very tail end ng laruan natin, he does mess up. So it's up to the 4 players dito. Jeff Rocks, JCD steadily dito sa A site. Yun nga, Charles has had a hell of a game dito sa ating Ankara map. But is it gonna matter in the grander scheme of things? Jezreel around the corner jam, deciding to go for the check, but Jezreel a bit hesitant. That can actually benefit him. And ayun lang, that bit of hesitance galing kay Jezreel actually saved him. And the B side could be wide open. Charles is gonna go down, and what a tragedy para sa R7. It might be cooked. It might be done. As that is R7 taking an L on Ankara. Hold on, wait a minute. Jeff Rock's going crazy, pero mapupunta na nga siya sa sarili ng spawn. 10-8, Heroics taking the second map.
2-0 now. And you can definitely tell that the squad is happy to take that any day of the week. One more set and they will get $400 sa pagpasok nila on the way in this battle per third. And what a really good performance as well from everybody across the board. This is not a show where we can say that there was one standout all across the board, pero if there was one player to keep my eyes on, it was Jezreel. Talagang so many kills from him has definitely swung the momentum into Heroics. And even at that last round, pare, parang it's either luck or skill from him, kasi yung napagandang timing niya papunta dito kay Jam actually costed yung R7 with what would have been a very good hotel defense sa pagpasok nila from bypass. Pero once Jezreel actually locked his horns in, talagang nakapasok na maayos papunta dun sa B side ang Heroics, which was honestly one of the stories all throughout dun sa kanilang BL side, where it was one heck of a grind thanks to Ajax and how well he was on the sniper. Pero once na nag-lock in na on the rotations ng Heroics, talagang R7 were just overwhelmed na.
Yeah, I mean, R7 is actually doing a nice job kind of going back dito sa series natin, especially on that second half. Ayun nga, Charles finally having a good performance dito sa playoffs natin, and ayun nga, it is tragic kasi yun nga, finally we saw him get a good performance in. Jam was doing good, JCD was doing good, Jeff Rocks was doing good, Barry Ajax was doing good, but then yun nga, that last round happened, Ajax got picked. I mean, map is wide open pare if you do have that mid control. So, ayun nga, unfortunate lang dito para sa R7. I think one more second para dito kay Ajax, he would have gotten that opening pick dito sa TP, and that would have been all different. Pero overall, ayun nga, I mean, pretty good games from both sides considering how close it is pare. There's not really anyone you can point out to na was the weak link para sa kanilang team.
Yeah, I mean, kung makikita mo din yung kills ng parehong squads natin, evenly distributed sila across the board, where a few standouts, pero some mistakes that can be polished in the next coming set, on compound nonetheless as well, which honestly has also been a popular map pick para sa pera nating team. So makikita natin kung sino yung mga kunalega, pero with a 2-0 para sa Heroics, sobrang smooth. Papunta dito sa ating battle per third no? I think one player to also keep my eyes on as well has been Zolek, which mukhang bibig na nga natin siya. Every time na nasa spotlight yung Heroics ngayon, he's been a consistent force pagdating dito sa mga NTs natin, and he's very, very accurate when he started on that BL side talaga.
Yeah, I mean, that BL side really was a back and forth para sa kanila dito, but at the same time, we can't really ignore yung output na ginagawa dito ng R7, especially galing kay Jeff Rocks at kay Charles, man. I mean, that first half was magical para sa kanila dito, but then, ayun nga, it continued to be a back and forth. If this is yung peak dito ng R7, pwede ka natin tawagin dito sa series na to. I mean, it's a sign for good times, and the fact na, ayun nga, that last round was just up to, I wouldn't say straight up luck pare, ayun nga, maybe it is some straight up luck as well, pero ayun, you gotta just take it with stride kung kayo yung R7 dito pare, kasi ayun nga, you almost beat the homies, but then you gotta play itong map number 3 being 2-0 down. Not the best position to be in pare, pero ayun nga, nandito na kayo, wala na kayo magagawa
Yeah, nga Tapos sa BO5 pa, kung saan all the pressure is on you, REA-7. After a very close Ankara map as well, you could, may isip mo, pwede sila mapagod sa pagpasok dito sa third set natin, or malay mo, nas motivate sila, lalo na't alam nilang papasok na sa compound. One of the maps that we could say that is very favorable to both teams talaga, pero again, we kind of mentioned a few players. You said Charles actually performed really well. This has been a, hindi ko masabing one of the first no? Pero it's been a straight up highlight reel sa kanya. Whenever we're talking about like yung bypass holds na ginagawa niya dito, tapos yung mga times na tama yung rotation niya on that GR side, he's been doing so well when it comes to that rifling. Talagang maayos yung naging performance ni Charles dito. But you could definitely say the same as well para dito kay Jeffrox. He's been performing so far pagdating dun sa mga defenses niya, either on proactive pushes on CA o kaya yung mga times na kailangan niya labanan yung high mid as well. He's been doing a good job pare by the end of it. But REA-7, it was just too big of a wall to conquer dito sa Heroics, as with an 8 to 10 sa set summary natin. Definitely kung sino yung mga standouts natin, Jezreel and everybody from Heroics squad. But have so much good numbers to know na talagang everybody is a threat on any given time. Pero sa R7, I mean, there's some opportunities. There's also some good standouts. Si Ajax, masabi natin na nakapag-improve lalo pagdating doon sa ating second set.
Yeah, he got ghosted with less than stellar numbers kasi yun nga, low-key was getting bullied by Ajax half the time dito pare. But did get the picks that he needs to get. So yun nga, gotta give him a bit of slack here pare. Pero Jezreel, absolute pop-off actually, which I didn't expect. Galing dito kay Jezreel as he's more of a Black Widow, pwede nating sabihin maybe sub-base-ish kind of player. Pero him popping off on Ankara is definitely a pleasant surprise para dito sa Heroics. The fact na Zolek as well has also performing with a 12 AP, 0.85 HNK, 0.72 KR performance as the entry fragger is absolutely impressive. As yung MVP natin for this set is gonna be itong si Jezreel.
Kuya Jezreel just performing on a high note talaga. And he's leading by example. Talagang every kill from him has been an impactful one in every round. Very consistent on the force as well. As you can definitely expect him to keep performing above expectations. Kasi, again, parang na-expect natin siya to be the one playing the passive position. Talagang letting everybody play the positions and the roles that they need to perform. Pero, this guy kind of stepped it up and then some pagdating dito sa mga times na kailangan niya maging proactive on that GR side as well as react sa mga aggressive positions ng REA-7 para overall very nice day para kay Jezreel, and it just paved the way para makaabot tayo dito sa 10 to 8 ng players on Heroics right now.
Yeah, and the fact that Jezreel plays on a very weird timing compared to most players, I feel like that's on purpose yun nga. No? Once you're the lurker, you kinda can't lose that odd timing na meron ka as a player nga. Similar sa nakita natin doon kay Jam. You know, sometimes you can just feel it, and Jezreel definitely felt it. He got all the timings down. He got all the flanks that he wanted. Lahat ng aggressive plays gumana para sa kanya dito. So, yun nga, props to Jezreel, man. Absolutely a great performance galing sa kanya dito, man.
Yan, overall para sa Heroics is a smooth transaction papunta dito sa ating 2-0 so far. Pero mukhang hindi pa tapos sa laban. BO5 pa tayo. Ang REA-7 may pagbawi pa, at sa compound map kung saan komportable ang pareho nating koponan, definitely a must watch para sa ating Cebuana fans at saka sa lahat na nandito sa stream natin ngayon. So thank you so much. At kung gusto nyo mapanood ang compound map natin, we're gonna throw off into a very very quick break. Magpapahinga lamang kaming si Ramon at saka si Sneaky Frog. Ang Impact Summer 2025 playoffs ay magbabalik after the short break. Welcome back mga tropa sa CFS Impact Summer 2025 Playoffs, kung saan naglalaban for the third place spot ang Heroics versus REA-7 Ermita, kung saan naka 2-0 na ang Heroics squad natin after first two sets, kung saan sobrang bilis lang ng sub-base, sobrang init on Ankara. Baka dito sa compound, baka mag-iba tayo ng kwento dito, Sneaky Frog.
Yeah, with yung map number 3 natin entering itong compound map. Nga, good performance. Galing dito kay Jeffrox from yesterday's games. JCD had a hell of a game as well. Ajax, surprisingly, you know, despite not being a sniper-centric map, itong compound, did well for his sniping as well dun sa mapa na yun. Heroics though, ayun nga, could be a different person. Ghosted is also known to do well dito sa mapa na to. Obviously, itong si Zolek is a beast of an entry, no? And with yung sniper being a lot less capable sa mapa na to, I think he's gonna have a lot more free reign than expected dito, pare.
Yeah, this is gonna be one of those maps na masabi natin the sides don't really matter too much, especially with how pagi this could be. So for both teams na may capabilities na mag-forward entry kapag kailangan nila. So I'm expecting some very aggressive mid-con pressure from both sides of the map. I'm expecting Silent to be performing on the lurks so many times na na-expect natin para sa kanya. Pero I guess from the entry players, I think it's gonna keep the note as well that both Jeffrox and Zolek have been performing on standard numbers. Si Jeffrox, syempre, nakakalamang when it comes to that entry consistency. Pero si Zolek, when it comes to his to how big of a ceiling he is as a performer, he will be sort of the X factor pagdating dito sa compound map, as he will be the spearhead as everybody from Heroics now ready na sa pagpasok into a possible 3-0 laban sa R7, pero with an aggressive setup dun sa may pillars, they're not gonna back down from a fight.
And it's actually quite the quiet defense. Sa simula ng game natin, R7 surprisingly, Jeffrox hasn't taken itong CBN. So, change of pace para sa kanya dito. Jeffrox actually all the way in A site. They swapped their entire defense. Ajax is still A, and JCD is holding curve. Okay, this makes a lot more sense para sa akin. But at the same time, putting Charles and Jam on the same side of the map is a bit dangerous, Patty. You're really riding on them performing. Pero Ajax, he's definitely gonna perform with that AWM, taking out itong si Ghosted as he tried to cross itong mid. Silent and the boys trying to enter itong B side. Pero may naaamoy si Zolek. That there's one more player around the corner. Pero Jam, opportunity of a lifetime for him. Flash is gonna go through, swing from Zolek, and that is the crossfire in between yung dalawang players. Good hold. Gotta get Jam at Charles. Pero meron din panggagaling ng mid. Curve is gonna be taken. Jam with the one tap dito kay X3D. Jesril na naman from the behind. Pero yung C4 nakababa dito sa may B pillars. Jesril trying to spray for the last player. Ajax will just take him down. R7, first round on the board para sa kanilang GR side, as they should.
Not too much of a difficulty para sa kanila, where Ajax continues his reign as the sniper, finding the early game performance dito, papunta kay Ghosted, tapos it just came crumbling down nung pumasok sila dun sa may STB, where it was a bait and split setup for the side of REA-7. Charles and Jam really a deadly duo to mess with dito pa lang sa may B site. And yet again, gonna try to fend off the forces of Zolek and X3D. One of the first times that we've seen them bundle up together dito sa may STB is working out well so far sa first round nila. Now, Heroics taking this slowly, calmly as ever, kung saan now 1-1, possibly try to aggress na lang itong STB. They're gonna challenge us for a second round in a row.
Hold on. Wait a minute. Silent, headshot, pero nandun pa yung second player. Didn't clear si Jam. X3D making a mistake, pero Ghosted will clean it up temporarily. Pero kaya na ba makuha dito si JCT? Quick scope galing kay Ghosted, and that could be the difference maker. Jeffrox na andito pa rin sa curve. Hindi siya basta-basta makakapasok ng EB. Pero Ajax na andito pa rin sa A side. Pag meron siyang narinig na tapak galing dito sa LA, if any of the Heroics players mess up their tap walk, that's bad news. Jesril down. But good news, di alam dito si Zolek. Jeffrox now hesitant sa pagkuha nga dito. Ajax not spotting itong si Zolek. Headshot galing kay Zolek. Jeffrox spotted as well. All the information nasa kamay ngayon ng Heroics. But what can they do? Jeffrox swinging galing dito sa Z is gonna insta-challenge and insta-die dito to Zolek. 1-1 Heroic. What a save of a round galing dun kay Ghosted, pare. That would have been a disaster.
Jesus, man. I mean, you gotta respect Ghosted, pare. He was bullied all throughout that Ankara game, pero sa pagbangon niya on that entry on STB, the solo push, after mapatay yung dalawa niyang naging teammates, after Charles and Jam put up one heck of a defense doon, talagang well needed from Ghosted. And the fact that Zolek was able to clean up what Jesril has started doon sa pag-push on exit just brought even more good news para sa Heroics. Able to get things done doon sa may A site, leaving tong si Jeffrox on a very confusing task at hand. And now, another attempt at STB. Yun nga lang, Jesril with the headshot. A flick on towards Jam, and Zolek continues his reign sa headshots niya. 2 for 1 after Charles gets another shot from defense on STB. 3 versus 4, and Heroics are back to the reset.
GG ba nila talaga to? I mean, X3D is gonna get itong si Charles. I'm surprised they didn't stay in that position. JCD spotted in the corner. I mean, it's kinda obvious na dalawang players na nasa loob dito na store B. That's kinda the basic course of action dito sa laruan na to. X3D around the corner will get him down with the help of Jezreel, pare. Heroics, hey, starting to roll dito sa game natin, pare.
Didn't take too long. Definitely a really good bounce back after a straight round from R7 sa pagsimula pa lang ng compound natin. Very well adjusted into that STB pressure na ginagawa sana ng REA-7. Investing yung aggressive push ni Zolek. Just real talaga, no hesitation anymore. Just able to get himself opportunities. Find that batteries push without hesitation. And the separation from the C4 from everybody on Heroics to try to take control of that EA. The lack of a crossfire from this mid setup on R7 is gonna give them the entryway sa pagpasok sila on that 50-50 setup. Pwedeng pumasok ng EA or Curve pero mukhang sa A-side sila lalaban. Possibly at the temp para dito kay Ajax. Jeff Fox will get shut down. Si Zolek makakuha ng isa pa. So very easy entry. At ng R7 nagulantang na lang sa nangyari.
Pati ako, nagulantang din eh. I mean, JCD will not get the second one but will get itong si Silent. Charles Jam, last two players left alive. X3D will get the headshot. Second one for him. But can he get the third dito kay Charles? Hesitation on EA. And that is a 3K headshot para kay X3D. At the same time, I'm confused, man. How is Jezreel just allowed to walk in from EA, check C1 na may tao pala doon, and Ajax just stood there dito sa 2F? Where is the third Z player? I have no idea, pare.
just rotated around. I think he was. I just don't know, man. I mean,
hindi yata in-expect na Jezreel would just send it. I mean, I
kaya,
guess.
No hesitation na nga eh. I mean, at least that was their own smoke as well. So medyo na-cover pa nga yung entryway as Ajax will get one. Silent with another. The trade just continues para sa kanila. But Silent just runs and guns him down. Naging kotse pa nga tong si Silent to get the double kill in hand. And the run and gun does not work out kay X3D as well as Jam precisely gets a headshot. Drops back in towards batteries para lang magiging madali yung defense nila. Si Ajax, naswat pa nga si Jezreel in one shot. Papunta sa bungo pa nga ni Jezreel, just drops the C4 and makes it a 1v3 para kay Silent, pare.
Yeah, they know exactly where he is too, so I mean, kung saan na lang siya lalabas dito. I mean, CB is an obvious way. Silent gets sprayed down. D3. Ajax 3 and 2. R7 getting some rounds on the board, pare, but they need more. They need to be in the lead by the time na matatapos yung half na to, men. At least a 6 and 3 is all I'm asking for.
Yeah, just not too much. Just tunong sila dito, tapos siguro sa second half mas mapapadali yung trabaho nila ngayon. Just a little bit more of that patience coming through. Maybe some pillar spray coming forward para kay Jeff Rocks. No support. Si JCD malilate pero mukhang hindi pa siya kailangan. One shot kay Ghosted is enough. Jumpy could be in hand para dito kay XTD. His presence is unaware pa dito pero Jeff Rocks is just gonna spray him down. Double kill para sa kanya. Silent. Just expects si JCD and Jeff Rocks all alone. Or is he needed with other players? Yun nga lang, Jezreel is gonna note his position down into a 3v3 pero duguan si Jezreel sa si Silent. Mukhang mapapahirap ata yung laban nila dito. Ajax will hit the cold shot at mukhang magpipeak maka onto the mid side. Jezreel aware of this. Knows na baka papasok tong si Jezreel at mukhang si Ajax. Mas spray lang si Charles na makapatay sa kanya. Sayang. Maganda na sana kung babagsak lamang tong si Ajax. It's just gonna be Silent left and the 1v3 starts out strong kay Ajax na mukhang open ang iside sa kanya.
I mean, Uncle Silent, let's see what you can do, buddy. I mean, 1 versus 2. Nandito na si Charles sa may C2 position. Ready na sa pagka-push niya. Pero isang magandang pre-aim lang galing dito kay Silent. That could make all the difference. Hesitation on the peak. Silent still getting itong si Charles. Hold on. Uncle Silent might still have it. Checking itong LA as well. Bit hesitation on the plan that can actually kill him. Ooh. Silent spotting information dito kay Jam. And he plants right in front of him, pare. Grabe naman yun. Pero Silent, all the utility in his hands, but he doesn't decide to use any. Pero nakatukan na dun si Jam. Ouch. That one's gonna hurt, pare. R7, a third round para sa kanila, but Heroics gonna feel that, that's for sure.
Ay, man. A game where definitely the micro differences make all the difference in the world. Sayang kasi nakita mo yung dink, nakita mo yung damage papunta dito kay Jam. And all that he needed to do was just commit to the spray. Maayos yung naging conversion. Medyo nagulat pa nga ako no? Kasi what was the C4 doing in no man's land? Talagang after the pick off, it was just gonna be a smooth presence papunta dito sa R7 as of now. Heroics Whereas control, a focus on STB yet again. Jeff Rocks and JCD now hunkering down that defense. Bit of a change of positions now for R7 as Heroics, fully knowing that that piece is going to be fully invested, just backs off for now.
So already some chip damage to start ng round thanks to those nades. XCD on half HP. Zolek still workable yung kanyang HP dito. Pero Flash ilalabas na nga dito sa EA. Kung ako yung R7 dito, you just give this. It's fine. More focus on curve would be nice. Flash is gonna go through. Hindi nabulag dun si Zolek. Zolek tempted to go in, but he is the first victim dito sa Z position. Charles still inside. The smoke really giving Heroic a hard time as Charles gets his third. Ghosted na lang natitira on the sniper. And he will get one. Pero 5 yung kalaban niya dito. Does miss the second shot. Will hit the third. Pero R7, 4 and 3 thanks to a godlike hold dito ni Charles on that Z position, pare. I'm actually surprised na gumana yun na no heroic player went into challenge for that Z position.
To be fair, no, parang that's the second time that Heroics have attempted yung push nila on EA with the smoke support coming from them. But at the same time, mahirapan sila mag-trade kasi hindi nila alam kung saan manggagaling yung mga shots dito from Charles. Just kept committing towards the spray down, and luckily he was able to get the collateral. Ajax with another shot. Ghosted gets the trade though, papunta kay Jeff Rocks as Heroics fighting strong sa exit push. And eventually si Jam na lang natitira. 2F already on full lockdown as a headshot from X3D will equalize 4-4 para sa Heroics, pare.
Gusto yatang gulatin ng R7 itong Heroics men with that mid-push na ginawa nila, kaso hindi yata nagulat itong Heroics instead. And yeah, it was a bit of a fist fight. Gulat nga ako dito sa LA that there was even a repeat knowing na buhay pa si Jezreel, that he has the M4 in his hands. And that box is basically paper, no? On the presence of an M4. Pero Silent looking for the opener. Instead, nakatalikod siya dito kay Ajax. I think he was trying to go for a... Oh no, natapon niya na yung kanyang EA lineup. So I think it's fine. Pero pwede nilang pasukin tong A-side. Walang tao sa si Ajax. A lot of responsibility para sa kanya dito. Good shot. That's the second one para dito kay Jezreel. Can he get the third instead? It is gonna be Zolek. 2 versus 3. Jeff Rocks at JCD na lang natitira dito. CR position taken by JCD. Jeff Rocks gusto niya mag-curve. Mukhang hindi pala. Pero may tao dito sa tower. Ghosted. Perfect position to be in considering nasa kanya nakaplant yung C4. So they do have the insurance policy. Jezreel spotted that he's gonna regret that jump. That's for sure. Pero Zolek trying to go for something aggressive, pero makakalabas pa siya just in time. 25 seconds left. Does escape Jeff Rocks, pero di na may escape dito sa JCD, but never mind! The turnaround galing dito kay Zolek. The headshot machine is not stopping in compound, pare. 5-4 the lead from BL side, and they are gonna enter the second half with a lead on their GR, pare. I mean, this game is basically served on a silver platter. Para dito sa Heroics, pare.
I mean, at this point, pare, it is a sealed deal. Jezreel at saka itong si Zolek talagang breaking open a window for them to enter in towards A-site despite Silent getting picked off, pare. Just the beautiful adjustments from the rifles. Zolek on another level na ngayon with his precision. And definitely the calling is real for Jezreel right now. He's definitely has been a consistent force para sa Heroics. REA-7 could not handle yung mga executes nila on that TL side. So now they're the ones starting on BL. They're the ones who have to set the tempo. So you start with that smoke papunta doon sa may EA. I think it's just for them to actually gain some momentum, gain some cover para sa pag-push nila on towards that curve. Ghosted with a blind shot. Yun nga lang, di niya alam na nakapasok na agad ang REA-7 sa pagpasok ng Z. Jam gonna run him down. Si JCD ang papatay. X3D spotted. And with a headshot, it's enough. Jezreel has a running gun down with a double kill para kay Jezreel. He kills up Jeff Rocks, and with Jam knocking them down, it's just gonna be Ajax left. 1v3. Anong gagawin niya dito, pare? Wala sa kanya yung C4. At nakatingin lamang dito si X3D. 1 minute. Colt out. At mukhang mapapatay lang si Ajax. All the way back into that east side. A 6-4 para sa Heroics.
Yeah, 6-4. A pretty good defense, pare. X3D holding it like it's A-side sa sub-base. Grabe naman. It was just pure taps and the very nice shots galing kay Jezreel. Jezreel is such a good M4 player, pare.
Yeah.
Yun nga, the wall bangs were on point. I mean, even if you unpeak, you're still not safe dito sa M4 ni Jezreel. been very impressive for him so far. Pero X3D gumugusto. Naku po, umalis ka na dun pare. That's a bit dangerous, but he wants more. Ghosted instead is gonna get punished. X3D with the quick trade dito kay Jam. But a bit of a disaster turns into something fortunate unless may magawa dito si Jeffrox. Jeffrox hasn't had a good game at all. 2-8 dito sa compound. And Silent peeking around the corner will get taken down. Pero Jeffrox trying to bait the shot. Pero Ajax will eat the dirt. JCD will get itong si Jezreel. There's another who'll execute on the other side of the map, pare. Habang nanggugulo dito si Jeffrox. And X3D, if he can get the slight timing, on one of the players dito, that could make all the difference. But instead, yun lang, siya pa kayo matataken down dito. 1 versus 2. Zolek though, if it's any player to do it, it is definitely gonna be him. That's one. Charles spotted sa 2F as well. Now, but what a tragedy. Charles has the flash. Meron din flash dito si Zolek. He can actually create everything para sa kanya dito. But Charles goes too far back sa 2F. Oh no! You could have just crouched, but he was scared of the jump pick, pare. Oh my god.
What a round.
Akala ko itatapa ni Zolek yung flash, but grabe Zolek, you're a mad lad for going for that. Sa bagay, madami pa oras sa C4, but okay.
Inuna na yung flank, pare. Imagine it mo yun, eh, no? Just all the fear, all that hesitation. It's costing the round para sa R7. You mentioned it, si Zolek. Siya yung player na dapat tutubukan pagdating sa clutch situations na ganito. It's pulling a rabbit out of the hat talaga into a 7-4 para sa Heroics. It would have been a round for R7 if they were able to kill him off eventually. Pero now full trusting it towards that pillar's push. Zolek, he's gonna eat the nade. Pero Ghosted also expected. What a nice popcorn for Ajax. All the damage in the world from Jam. Definitely invested into that as Ghosted hits the shot. Yun nga lang si Silent nandito din. Yung entry ng R7. Definitely not in the best of spots right now. 3v4. Low on HP si Jeffrox.
Wow.
One shot from the AWM. It's enough to take them down 1 by 1. C4 down as well as Heroics knocking down R7 1 by 1 sa pillars position pa lang 8-4.
8-4, and this is looking like Heroics the entire time dito sa ating second half. R7, yun nga, it's been a valiant effort para sa kanila dito, but Jeffrox with that downturn in that game number 3 is not helping them at all. Ghosted straight up peaks a mid. Ajax, yun nga, no nades, no nothing dito sa mid. Is it gonna be a straight up B hit? Zolek with a hell of a challenge para sa kanila dito. Silent getting naded, but nade will be returned as well. Zolek with the flash and the headshot double as well. And ayun lang, he will get Jam. Jeffrox could be right up next on the menu unless may magawa dito si Jeff. Ooh, gets itong si Ghosted. Hold on, it's the B side. It's 1v2. It's definitely winnable. Pero dalawang players manggagaling dito sa storage B. And Jeffrox still not sure kung may manggagaling dito sa EV whatsoever. And he goes for the full risk sa A side instead. This is risky. With zero information on the last two players. This is quite the plan to go for. Pero yun nga, Heroic, I feel like kung kayo yung Heroic dito, you just stick together, man.
No nga eh. Ganun pahirapan yung sarili, no? No need to make things complicated. Sama na agad sa pag-rotate and retake papunta doon sa may A site. X3D and Jezreel, now they have on the presence in the world. Jeffrox is gonna know about this. Tap on the C4, spotted by Jezreel, and with the shots, it's enough kay Jeffrox. Definitely not the start that you were hoping for para sa R7. Unti-unting nawawala na yung liwanag para sa kanila as Heroics are on series point and on the brink of 3-0 to get themselves $400.
Ayun nga, 9-4. Heroic, a singular point away. Ghosted with full confidence on this mid-peak. Pero wala nga siya nakita dito. Nades are gonna start to fly from that LA position. Pero mahulog pa rin dito si Jam. Down to 1 HP itong si Ghosted, but he doesn't have to challenge this at all. Here comes the challenge to kay X3D!
Grabe!
But JCD, he reads it like a book, pare. Pero alam ba nila na nandito si Jezreel? Jezreel gets taken down by Colt, and oh my god, it's just full chaos dito sa mapa ng compound. And Ghosted, Zolek, last two players left alive. I mean, you've done multiple clutches dito, Zolek, but this is gonna be quite the tough one. Headshot dito kay Ajax. But where is the rest of the shots? Where is the rest of the team? Charles dito sa 2F, gets tagged up. For 38 seconds, mapapaikot dito si Zolek. Let's see what the entry can do. All in the clutch situations. What a shot dito kay Jeffrox. 2 bullets reloaded. Pero Zolek hindi pa tapos dito. 2F position could be taken. Charles known entity. Zolek challenging. maybe a bit too many players dito pare. 9 and 5. R7 hanging on.
Gusto na natapusin agad to no? Heroics. Push on pillars, tapos push on the long A setup as well. I mean, you gotta tell that they're mentally checked out dito. And Ajax finally gets some revenge kay Ghosted with the AWM. 4-man push on pillars para sa Heroics, putting all their investment on this connector B push. X3D and Jezreel have to hit them with the best possible timing, and Ajax fully aware of this. Trying to see if he can check the corner dito kay X3D. It's a no-scope from him, and it's also a cold shot from Ajax. What a revival para sa kanya. He can continue to hit these shots, and it's possible para sa kanila makapag-comeback. Pero Zolek continuing to hit their stride into a 4 versus 2 where REA-7 Ermita already planted the C4, and Ajax continues to reign supreme. A triple para sa kanya and a 6th round para sa REA-7 Ermita.
Yun lang, kapit patalim para dito sa R7 pero kumakapit pa rin ang mga Cebuano dito. Compound is not yet a done deal para sa R7, and I've seen this revival in the second half in that prior series. And this might just be it. Jeffrock's already all the way up to 6 frags compared to 3 earlier. So titignan natin, that could be the X factor, man. All headshots, everything. 18 para dito kay Ajax. The sniper not supposed to be the one carrying the brunt of the load para sa kanyang team, but that he does anyways. Pero let's see. Silent. Mid-smoke gonna be refreshed. More calm. The defense para dito sa Heroic this time.
Yeah. Just forgiving themselves for the mistakes that they've had from the previous rounds. Masyado na atang napraning ng mga idol natin from Cebu. Not even needing to take the over-aggression no? Hindi na sila aggressive, they're taking it proactively, pero yun nga lang, Ghosted. Already, mistakes looming para sa kanya, peeking onto Ajax, not the best of causes, and Silent also peeking to JCD. Slowly, nagkakaroon na ng confidence ang REA-7 on finding their early picks doon sa may mid-side. Ajax already wrapping around papunta doon sa may RS. Yun nga lang, si Jezreel mabibigay yung sarili niya papunta kay Jeffrox, as already that A site looking wide open for R7 unless X3D does something. He has done this position before. Starting strong dito kay Charles, gets one, two. Grabe si X3D. Yun nga lang, hindi mangyayari yung nangyari kanina sa sub-base as Ajax and Jam, they get the 7-9 humahabol laban sa Heroics.
Yeah, R7 revival on the second half continues dito sa mapa ng Compound, and they have been getting opening after opening dito. Ghosted trying to cheese the smoke para mapatay dito si Ajax, but instead he gets taken down. Heroics naman, this is all hands on deck para sa kanila dito. This is not good news for their run. Too much momentum dito sa R7. They just start doing random stuff in the map that you can't seem to read.
Yeah.
And ayun nga, R7. I don't like this. I don't like this call. I don't like this call at all from R7. I mean, I love na they have all the momentum and all this stuff, pero banking it on an LA push in possibly your last round pare is not the way to go. Kaya mapapaback off sila dun.
Ito na lang no? That Ghosted remembers that he does have a smoke para makabalik siya. 7, they're not leaving one player to actually lurk dun sa may STA. It's full trust in towards the rotation. Walking into the setup of Zolek. As well as itong si Silent, who is jump peeking for info. Knowing Ajax, he will be the threat dito on the long angle, pero buti na lang may smoke para sa kanya. Silent, perfect timing on the jump peaks, and Jam's gonna run in towards a headshot. Yun nga lang, Zolek's here with another one!
Oh my God!
Another spray down! Zolek, tatapusin na dito right here, right now. Ajax pulls out the coat and makes it a possible task para dito sa REA-7, pero si Ajax kukuha ng isa, si Charles kukuha ng isa pa, 2v2.
Oh,
yan ang PP kay Jezreel. Mukhang matatapos na ang Season 4 R7. And with Charles left, si Charles na lang nasa kanya yung C4. He could rotate all the way to A site. He could get the objective. Wala doon yung Heroics pare.
Oh, Ghosted sees him. Ghosted, don't repeat, bro. Play the 2v1 pare. Charles has been extra clutch today, man, so you can't really cover your bases that easily, pare. Ghosted staying inside of Z. Pero Charles, I love this investigation. Pero wala siyang nakita sa talon. Nako po, zero info. Charles Is he gonna get his head taken off? Spray control! Is that head over? Hold on! Wait a minute! Ghosted gets the cold shot! Charles almost saving the season para sa R7, but instead, Ghosted with 28 HP and a Colt 1911 pare sends it. And that's a 3-0 for our battle for third. Heroics $100 richer compared dito sa ating R7, but god damn, what a hell of an ending pare, especially Compound. That was actually pretty entertaining.
Yeah, I know, pare. Oh, that last round. Muntikan pa nga, pare. Muntikan na akong atakihin dito. Kasi nakalinya sila pareho for the spray eh. If it wasn't for the movement error, siguro nga, makakita sana tayo ng OT looming in the horizon. Pero wala eh. Wala eh. Ghosted was just too quick on the movement. And Heroics really had the momentum swung to their favor ever since that they got themselves yung GR side nila. Pero again, we can't really ignore the efforts for REA-7. They really put up one heck of a good fight. Mas lalo na itong si Ajax. He cleaned us up with 20 plus kills on the AWM. Talagang, you kinda mentioned it kanina. You don't normally expect the sniper to actually be the top fragger dito on the compound map. He did. Unfortunate para sa REA-7, but Ajax really binuhat na yung bangko sa kanila for so long now that there was an opportunity, pare. Sayang nung maabot sana ng overtime. This would have been a very good series.
Yeah, this has happened to Ajax one too many times, pare, where it's like game number 3 or game point na nga yung team niya, and then he performs very, very well. And then, yun nga, no, still, the L has been taken para sa kanya dito. Unfortunate para kay Ajax, no? Considering how he did perform this entire day. You know, still props dito sa R7, props dito kay Jeff Rocks, Charles ACD at Jam for the season, man. Yeah, I mean, quite the look back para dito sa R7. Hopefully, they can qualify again para dito sa next season ng Impact. Or, if they're feeling frisky, pare, why not hit the open qualifiers dito sa Masters next year? But, ayun nga, I'm looking forward to this future in R7. It's a very, very fun group, pare. And still, a lot to fix. But, hey, I mean, I hope they had fun dito sa Impact natin, pare.
Yeah, definitely, pare. A fun team to watch all throughout. Kahit dito sa Impact Summer. And no, even outside the playoffs, they have one hell of a first impression with crazy plays. So many surprises on their team. Even in this playoff, they kind of had the mental resilience of a hacking champion talaga. So you could tell that there was a potential talaga na makaabot sila dun sa mga longer games natin, especially for players like Charles who really has stepped it up and tenfold all throughout the playoffs. Talagang Charles was one hell of a quantity to watch out there, no? Kahit medyo down siya compared to how he performed on the Sankara map. This guy's been putting up numbers na masabi natin impact frags talaga. Masabi natin na pwede na sana para sa kanila, pero at the end of the day, Heroics and their synergy together was more than enough na puhunan para maayos yung maging arangkada nila dito sa kanilang naging performance on compound. As you take a look at the highlights, it's all Ghosted, it's all this STB control na meron ng parehong koponan on the GR side. Pero once they got locked in, wala eh. Heroics had to fight for it tooth and nail na makaabot sila sa panalo, and they did thanks to R7 and their mental resiliency talaga.
And R7, man, at the end of the day, when you have a team that is, more fun, more than a competition dito, pare, it's kind of hard to tell, in all honesty, man. So feeling ko talaga, or I have a feeling na R7 in their comms, they felt like they had a chance for every single round dito sa laruan natin, but then, sometimes that confidence does lie to you, pare, and that it did, unfortunately. And ayun nga, Heroics, just a better team for the day. Zolek, I'm so glad na he performed exactly as he did, kasi not gonna lie, yesterday I was kind of disappointed, pare, while I was watching, because I was actually looking forward to his performance up against itong Sunday Shrooms, but then ayun nga, he kind of showed up for the battle for third.
At least today, nakapagbawi na agad si Zolek, and they showed up pagdating dito sa mga laruan natin on this compound map, and all throughout the series actually, then on and up and down, pero at least nag-ascend na siya where he needed to be and the game dito on this 3-0. Pero as we take a look at the set summary, very clear kung sino naman yung naging players para makaset yung stride ng Heroics dito with 1.0 kills per round. Zolek performing as well as he did, just able to just take Heroics towards the finish line talaga. And in moments where you really needed to count on a clutch potential or a clutch situation para dito kay Zolek, he's the man to do it. And for everybody else on Heroics, talagang it's a balanced job all throughout. Sana didn't need to do too much kasi binuhat na bangko ng sarili nila yung mga players ng Heroics all throughout.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Zolek, no, for being one of the newer talents dito sa CFS page, Impact, definitely yun nga, one of the most impressive, one of the most surprising na pwede nga natin tawagin dito. It was kind of between him, si Zach, and itong si J. Kim. And ayun nga, I really hope to see him more going into yung next year natin. Granted, yun nga, only top 2 gets their slot back. I think top 4 gets their slot back para sa fall, if I'm not mistaken. So, ayun nga, we're gonna see more of them hopefully dito sa ating next season. Zolek, of course, looking forward to his continued improvement, no, pare, kasi half the stuff that he's hitting on this AK-47 is straight up illegal, pare.
Yeah. God, just catching up to the headshot percentage of everybody on PH Masters as well. So, kita mo talaga yung potential ni Zolek. And hopefully, we see a lot more out of that in the next Impact Fall season. Pero, para sa panalo ng Heroics ngayon, sikalakat yung set MVP natin, no? Syempre, si Zolek yan. Out of all people, 1.0. 1.55 on the KD as well. And with the guy like this, talagang lahat ng mga kailangan mong gawin when it comes to the aggressive rifling, si Zolek wala nang iba pa.
I mean, 1.55 KD, 0.82 headshots per kill. You can't really deny how good this guy is at the game of Crossfire, para the AK-47, even the clutches, the entering para sa kanyang team. He's doing so much and even more for such a limited role, no? Being the entry fragger, you go in first, my friend, and let's see what happens. Pero Zolek, especially in this season, ayun nga, no, showed that we have so much entry talent dito sa Pilipinas. It's actually crazy. Sino na ba yung top entry talent natin ngayon? KSA, Kano, I mean, if you count itong si Zolek siguro, Aiden, if he decides to entry, pare. I mean, we have some nutty entry fraggers dito sa Pilipinas, pare. And Zolek is no different. As we take a look at the match results, it is a 10-3, 10-8, 10-7. You know, naramdaman mo na medyo nag-ramp up na yung R7 sa series, no? Pero nung final turn ng compound, man, it was a 1v1. Could have gone either way.
Yeah. Nothing they could do by the end of it. Could have gone either way, but it was at the point that Heroics were at the brink talaga. So, kudos para sa REA-7. They put up a hell of a fight dun sa last 2 sets na meron tayo ngayon. And on compound, where honestly, where Charles actually activated at the right time, and where Ajax also was hitting a lot of his shots on the AWM. Medyo unlucky nga lang na they were whiffing pagdating doon sa mga times na Heroics just needed a couple of rounds na lang para ma-lock in na yung kanilang 3rd place slot. So, 30 out of the 18 na napanalo ng REA-7, just not enough against Heroics, and a balanced their playstyle has been when they are very much locked in, no? Pero para sa match MVP natin all throughout, it is definitely none other than Jezreel. Not usually the guy you expect him to be, pero with how well he performed all throughout the series, para there's no surprise talaga.
I freaking love Jezreel, bro. This guy is the homie. Yun nga, first of all, yun nga, that's the homie. First and foremost. At the same time, I'm so glad na he did perform exactly like this dito sa season, kasi yun nga, kinda gets he kinda gets overglossed dahil nga dito ni Ghosted, dahil nga dito ni X3D at ni Zolek. But then when Jezreel gets his moment, ayun nga, he will not stop whatsoever, pare. He was the entry, he was the lurk, he was literally doing everything para sa kanyang team, similar sa ginagawa ni Zolek kanina. Pero ayun nga, this is what happens when Jezreel pops off, and I'm so glad na nangyari na sa official, pare.
Kaya nga nakakatuwa panoorin talaga para kay Jezreel to actually step up like this. He's a very, very fun player to watch kapag sobrang init na nga niya. And not only that, his calling has been a very, very big factor para sa Heroics and how well they have put up dito so far sa group stage nga naman and on the playoffs itself as well. So props to Jezreel and props to Heroics as well, as we're gonna have one quick interview from one of the winners on Heroics side, and it will be X3D para sa Heroics side. And ito po sa X3D. Ay, yun na nga. Hello X3D.
Hello,
good
po.
Afternoon, pare. Kamusta ka, pare? Kamusta ka?
Okay lang po.
Ayun,
Ayun nga, men. Kamusta naman yung pagkapanalo nyo up against yung REA-7, pare? Alam ko, tropa yan eh.
Okay lang, tropa lang yun. Laro lang yun eh. Win or loss lang yun eh.
Ganun naman pala. Kasi yun nga, Ramon, walang difference yun kasi magsasama din yung prize nila, pang inom lang yun. Sa isang sa isang lugar, pare. Ganun lang talaga yun. Pero boss X3D, ayun nga, going into yung next season natin para sa Heroics, may plano ba na anong plans para dito sa Heroics sa off-season? Practice na ba? Or magpe-prepare na ba
Hindi ko
para
alam.
sa fall?
Aalis ako sa Heroics eh. Di ko alam. Di ko alam sa kanila.
No! Totoo, legit.
Grabe, ito yung
Opo.
announce ng LFT guys. Looking for Team si X3T po. Ayun po, experience third sa Impact.
Fervin,
No.
eto na.
No. Ano na yan si
Di,
Dex?
walang
Kailangan
kukuha
niya,
tayo.
ano,
Walang kukuha sa ano eh. Di tayo malakas eh.
Pacific. Eto na. Kunin niyo na to pare.
Pwede,
Wala.
pwede.
Pero yun nga, Boss Dex, meron ba kayong pasasalamatan dito sa mga fans ng Heroic, mga kaibigan na sumusuporta sa inyo
Alam
pare?
ko, alam ko wala kaming fans eh. Pero salamat sa mga kaibigan na sumusuporta. Shoutout sa REA-7. Sa kay Jesril, shoutout. Shoutout sa'yo,
Yun.
men. Binuhat mo kami ngayon sa
Yun.
third place. Salamat sa buhat mo, par.
At ayun na nga no? Thank you so much para kay X3D at congratulations sa Heroics at saka sa iyo pare Dexter Cuevas. Sana naman na maayos ang magiging hapon mo at sana makapag-celebrate kayo as a team na maayos.
Thank you po, thank you po.
Yun, yun.
Shoutout, Jesril.
Thank you. Shout out to Jezreel once again, pare. We are very, very happy dito sa broadcast and aka me and the boys about his performance as Heroics. They take the official win. $400 richer dito sa ating dito sa ating placing. Pero gaya nga na sinabi ko, men, ayun nga, magsasama lang sila sa isang lugar and they're probably gonna spend that $700 combined together in order to have a good time because that's what it's about, pare. This game, it's about the community, pare.
That's true. The community really is the reason kung bakit nga naman buhay na buhay pa at mainit na mainit pa ang esports dito sa Pilipinas and especially the entire world for CFS as well. So it's been one heck of a ride sa Battle per third match natin pero this is where the main event shall take place now. Matches versus Sunday Shrooms. Ang susunod nating BO5 para marap up na natin ang buong PH Impact Summer Season before natin i-through to break. Quick prediction para sa'yo, Sneaky?
For this finals,
Yep.
I'm trying to get that. Sunday Shrooms hoodie, pare. So, I would say 3-2 SS, pare.
Yun. Alright. Sunday Shrooms pump Sneaky pero Matt Jess has an opportunity get themselves the winning matchup dito sa Grand Finals natin or will Sunday Shrooms prove Sneaky right? We'll find out pagbalik ng Impact Summer 2025 ang Kapag Sermon. Kasama ko si Sneaky Frog at kami Magalis. Dito pa lang sa broadcast.